Oh,
But yeah, I guess we're just like hopping right into it.
yeah. If I
All
would
right.
stop being blurry.
So yeah, cleric has one option basically for the entire class, and that is what domains you pick. Like the base cleric is probably most like once you get past level 1, it is probably the most simple thing to ever level up. I
Yeah.
cannot think of a single other class that has as little to choose as you're leveling up than a cleric.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can just kind of look at the character sheet right here, and you
Yeah,
can see that
there's
literally nothing.
There's
Yeah,
nothing
literally
past level
nothing.
1.
Never has
So,
there been a blanker canvas
Yeah.
for a class.
yep, that is definitely true. You had to still get the 3 difficulties, so.
Yeah. It's because
Yeah.
that level 1. That level 1 is like super
Yeah.
complex. You have 3 whole choices. Domain 1, domain 2, and whether you want to be good or evil with your channel energy.
There you
Very,
go.
very consequential choices, though.
They are, because I mean they're the only ones. But like yeah, like once you get past level 1, there's basically nothing to go. There's nothing left.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, yeah, I would say that, yeah, very little to choose from for sure. Still the base level cleric, like with all the just cleric spells and domains, assuming that you select the correct domains or the right domains, ones that are,
The
on the more
objectively
helpful
correct
side.
one.
Yeah, or ones. Then you're definitely gonna have a very powerful character. I'd say the base cleric is extremely powerful as long as you get
It's pretty
some
good.
decent domain collection
I think it's
Yep.
pretty okay.
selections there.
I
Now
think
Yep.
you're
there are a couple of domains that are very niche, but I've still found some
yeah.
use to them. Back in a prior Kingmaker speedrun build, I used to use the travel domain specifically because it increases your base speed. Obviously that is incredibly not normal usage of a domain, but it is there. And my one and only Kingmaker unfair run used the rune domain to get past the opening, the prologue, because they have no saves and they do 1d6 damage without like guaranteed, and it's AoE. So I was
Nice.
Yeah.
able to use those to get through those first couple of fights.
I would say the base cleric's powerful, but I feel like you're better off deciding if you want to be a caster or a martial character, and then choose Crusader or Ecclesiarch if you just want to be a basic cleric but specialize in one of the two. Because splitting
Yeah.
between casting and martial is very difficult without the proper abilities granted towards it, and cleric in its base self doesn't lend itself to be like you're just gonna be subpar at both. Like you're not gonna be good at both. So
Yeah, you can choose one or the other. You're
yeah.
not going to be able to do both very well.
And Ecclesiarch is just caster cleric but better than cleric, and Crusader's a martial cleric but better than cleric.
Yeah,
So
which we will get to once we get to those.
yeah.
I'm assuming we're just going to go down the line, right? Angel
Yeah,
Fire,
let's just
Crusader,
go down
Demon
the
Bane.
line.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
All right, so we want to just head into Angel Fire then.
But
Sure.
yeah, this stream is gonna be me every time we get to a base class being like, don't pick the base class.
It's probably going to be me every time we get to a base class. Pick the base class. Not really.
I'm gonna be
but
like, I don't know. I looked at all
cleric,
these.
Probably so.
Look,
Unless
I looked at most of these archetypes for the very first time this morning, like an hour before I was supposed to go to bed, and I had some alcohol in me. So
unless you're multi-classing
Alright.
or prestige classing, no reason to take a base class. In fact.
probably true. Probably true. But Angel Fire.
Definitely not true, but okay.
Angel Fire. You lose medium armor proficiency, and you lose the ability to use channeled negative energy. That's all you lose from this archetype, but you gain quite a bit.
Yeah, because it's a good.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. You get
cleric.
less spellcast as well. I did forget about that.
Yeah, it's diminished spellcasting.
Yeah, you get
But you
one
get-
fewer spell slot per level.
Your channel becomes many different things over the course of the game. Unfortunately, my
A
issue
lot of
with
those
this,
are not great.
well, the other issue I have, like 13th level getting heal, fine. But waiting till 7th level, 17th level to get restoration and like not getting resurrection till the very end is a waste.
I mean,
That's, like,
this
not
doesn't mean
worth
that
getting.
still get them normally as like a level 4
Yeah, you
spell
still get
and
the
a level.
spell.
Yeah.
What is resurrection? A level 7?
But this versatile channel
Yeah,
is
I
the
think
whole
so.
point of this archetype. So if
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
then it's just like
Like
those are late to get. in
yeah, I
my
was gonna
opinion.
say like you get heal, which is a level 6 spell, before you get restoration, which is a level 4. Like that just feels weird.
Yeah.
Breath of Life is a level 5. Like
Neutralize poison
feel
is
like-
stupid.
I feel like you should be getting restoration at 4, heal like Breath of Life at 11, and then
Yeah.
heal at like
I
just
will
just like
say 7th level remove paralysis or remove disease is pretty nice because the whole Dresden like fight, there's times where you can get diseased a lot or paralyzed, and being able to just be like, no more.
oh my
is cool,
god. So,
but-
speaking of paralysis, yesterday I was going through the Midnight Isles, and I was trying to buy something. I can't remember what it was, but I was like right on the cusp of being able to afford it. So I started going through all my potions and scrolls and stuff and dumping a bunch of them onto the vendor. And I was like, "Oh god. I don't think I've ever seen paralysis in this ever. So I'm going to sell these remove paralysis potions." Literally the next lap through the islands, I got hit by mass icy prison. And 2 of my
Nice.
characters were paralyzed. It's like, oh, good. Fortunately, a bunch of the other ones weren't, so I was just able to hit them with freedom of movement afterwards, and it was not an issue. But, Jesus. Like, well,
Oh, no.
that's some fucking timing.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
timing.
Yeah, I think with this, the reality is, if you've got channel energy, because of all the spells you can get, and with mythic feats, all the spells you can really get, you're just gonna use channel energy to heal.
Yeah.
Why are you using channel energy to do anything else? Like, you're just gonna use it to heal. We have too many spell slots possible in this game to not just
Yeah,
heal with channel energy.
That's what I was gonna say. If you get all the abundant casting like mythic
Yeah.
feats and stuff, then
Yeah.
you just got so many spell slots. The only thing I would say, maybe if you're like light on like casters in your party, and like your priest has to do like all of the buffing, then maybe it might be nice to be able to use some of your like channeling resources to
That's
cast
true.
heal or
Because it is
something like
everyone.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
or something like that.
I can see that. I think
Wait,
Like,
what do you mean it's everybody?
these are channel energy, so they affect.
No. To
No,
cast,
I'm not
affected.
you use it to cast these spells as a spell-like ability. It's not that it gives
Oh,
your channel
really?
energy this ability. Yeah.
Well,
You
that's
don't
dumb.
you don't get heal as an AoE at 13th level. That would be absolutely broken.
So you kind of become like
Yeah.
a diminished cleric caster, and then also kind of a pseudo mini spontaneous cleric caster at the same time.
Yeah, it's real weird. It's real
I
weird.
don't like it. Then
Yeah,
I
I'm
gotta
not
say,
I'm
I
not a
don't
huge
like
fan
it
of this,
either,
but
but there could be like a niche where it's like, okay, maybe it's slightly better. Like if the cleric is like the only caster like buffing in your party, and you need like all your spell slots to buff or something like that, so you don't have any spots left over
But, like,
for some of
even
these
then-
healing spells. At least then you can get access to like heal. And yeah, resurrection at 19 is definitely too late, but
I mean, even then, like you're also getting fewer spell slots. You're getting
Yeah,
one
yeah.
fewer spell slot. So like at level 20, you're down 20 spells.
I
Like
agree that
there's also
I-
like there might be a niche for this, but I really just I don't see it.
And
You're just
I agree,
sacrificing too
well,
much.
I agree that I don't like it. I'm just saying, like maybe in a very specific party build, like it could be a little bit better than the main cleric. I definitely prefer.
I
the
just
base
checked,
cleric, though.
and the required to channel positive energy does gridlock you into worshiping a good deity. You have to.
That- yeah,
so
that-
you have
that
to
makes
be
sense.
neutral or good or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes
yeah.
sense.
Can't be evil.
I get it.
With this class.
Yep. That makes sense.
Which is interesting, like RP wise, but if you want to be an evil character or worship one of the neutral deities, then this archetype's an automatic out for you.
Well, one of the neutral ones should be fine though.
No, you have
'Cause you
to be a good. You have to worship a good deity. It says.
Oh, I thought you said that you could do. Okay.
You can be neutral because they allow you to be neutral through, like, some of them you could, like, Sarenrae, you can be neutral and worship Sarenrae.
Right.
But you have to worship one of the good deities.
Weird.
It's really weird.
Weird. Because that's not how channel energy usually is. If it's a neutral deity, you get to choose.
Yeah, I could whip out Gazra or Iori or Nethys if I wanted to, man.
Yeah. All right. I feel like we throw this one in the trash. Right?
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember. I don't think for Cleric I threw any in the trash in my video, but I've played a lot of this game since then, and yes, I would throw this in the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worst so far. So far
I
between
think it's
base
probably the
cleric
worst
and
for
angel
cleric.
fire.
The only, but it's the only end. It's the worst.
No, we did the basic cleric. I think the basic cleric is better.
I think basic
Alright,
cleric
fine.
is better, and that's the only time you'll ever hear me.
All right.
I'm
Well,
just
what about
kidding.
Crusader?
Wait till we get to Druid. There's gonna be some shit there too. Crusader.
You lose one domain to get some bonus combat feats every
If
5
you want
levels.
to be a cleric, but you want to fight in combat more than you want to cast spells, even though you don't really lose spell casting, you just lose a domain. But like, if you want to focus on fighting and you want to be a cleric, fantastic archetype. Well done.
Yeah.
This is definitely the
There's-
way to go.
The only
I agree.
downside is if you wanted to be a pure casting cleric, this is a waste of your time. That's it.
Well, yeah.
But
But
it's highly effective. We used it in some of our Midnight Isles runs, and it made a really effective frontline fighter that provides all the buffs and everything else that
Igor-
you need and some emergency heals. So good stuff for sure.
Igor, I can see why you would say if you want to fight more than cast spells, be a war priest or inquisitor, but
we're
I
not
will
talking
offer
about
you
those,
this.
sir.
I will offer you this. Full spell list merges with Angel Mythic Path.
Yeah,
So-
getting those 9th level spells is really nice.
Yeah, so I will say that is an upside to choosing this instead of one of those if you still wanted to be spell effective but didn't want to focus on casting spells. That's what I will say. And if you want to be an angel, you should just do this anyway because merge spell list is a great time. So. Yeah, Dictum. Yeah, it's level 8s.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cleric Crusader, they're great. It's great. There's no downside unless you just choose it when you don't need to. Like, that's it.
Yeah. Like, oh man, I'm
Agreed.
gonna be a caster
Agreed.
clearic, and then you just misclick on Crusader.
And if you
instead
really
of
want 2
Ecclesiarch somehow.
domains, then just choose Impossible Domain when you level up through the Mythic Powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, which you should
Like-
definitely do.
Yeah,
Get that
There you
animal
go.
companion.
it's a good one. Demon Bane Priest.
Again, you lose a domain.
And you gain, you do have diminished spellcasting again.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Like
No, it's just 1 domain though, that's all it says.
Yeah.
So it's not actually diminished spellcasting really. You get heavy armor, you get knowledge arcana,
And you get 2
2
teamwork
teamwork
feats.
feats.
Or spell pen or greater spell pen.
Right.
It's not just teamwork.
I don't know. I mean, I think this is good. I think it's pretty good if you wanted to get into Hell Knight. It kind of fits narratively as well.
Kinda. Oh, it's a
Being
different.
able to already wear
that's
heavy
not
armor.
this one. This one will come up later. There was I think it's a Oracle that has something similar to this, where you get like Knowledge Arcana or Knowledge World or something like that. Or
Is it
Lord, I
Enlightened
think it's Lord
Philosopher?
Nature. I think it's Lord Nature. But you get to use your Charisma instead of your Wisdom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with Demon Bane Priest if heavy armor and teamwork feats are your preference for your party.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a teamwork feat heavy party and you just want to be able to add some while still being a cleric and you prefer to wear heavy armor, I don't see an issue with this.
On
But
the other
if you-
hand, If you're going for teamwork feats, I would recommend either like a Cavalier or just a
That's why I
Nazada.
said if you. That's why I said if you still wanted to be a cleric.
Oh,
But
the main issue that I mean, it's fine for role playing reasons or whatever, or maybe if you wanted to go Hell Knight like you said. But I mean, isn't Crusader better than this in pretty much every single way except I guess you have to use an extra feat to get heavy armor if you want that as a Crusader.
But you
But, I
also
mean, you
get those bonus feats as well, so
yeah, that's the thing is like you get heavy armor and 2 teamwork feats, but if you really wanted those as a Crusader, on top of those you get 2 more combat feats.
right.
Because teamwork feats are combat feats, so you can choose them in your bonus feats.
But this one does it not get it
because they get 5.
Oh no, it's not even.
I was including.
And
I was including heavy armor as a feat. That's why I said 2 more.
Okay, all right, yeah, true. My bad. That
But
makes sense. But you also don't get the diminished spell casting, so you can buff more. Like to me, Crusader is just way, not just a little bit better. It's way better.
Diminished spellcasting doesn't take away your spells.
On this
it just takes away domain.
Yeah, I actually don't think that diminished spellcasting should be listed here because it literally just means that there's only one domain.
That's all it says.
Which Crusader also has.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's my bad then. Okay.
Yeah.
I still think it's way better though.
Now, something that's worse than I thought it was, I thought that the teamwork feats that you got here could be used like the Cavalier, where you could give it to other people.
No.
Or you could benefit from it as if other people had it. But no, it's just you get a free teamwork feat.
Yeah.
Which that is much worse.
I would agree with Lord. I just be a Crusader.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, you don't need Knowledge Arcana, okay? You don't.
No, you don't. Yeah, because that's another stat that you need to worry about. Because, like, I mean, I guess if you're getting a bonus to your class level, the class skill. Oh, I get. Wait, here, get down, Cap. I need my hand. I guess you do have Knowledge Arcana as a class skill.
Guys, we're totally wrong about something.
What's up?
The Crusader cannot pick from any combat feat. There's a specific list of combat feats as a Crusader that you can pick from.
Armor. So heavy armor, shield bash, martial weapon proficiency, shield focus, tower shield proficiency, and weapon focus.
And
so
then
basically, at the end of this,
weapon focus, improve critical, but there's no teamwork feats at all.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess if you want teamwork feats, then Demon Bane Priest.
But on the other hand, you could also just use one of your normal feats for it as well.
That's what I was gonna say. You could use your normal feats, and I still feel like the Crusaders.
You also get access to some of the fighter feats, greater weapon focus, and the weapon specialization feats.
That's true. Igor was also pointing out Demon Bane also gets you. You can get like Spell Pen and Greater Spell Pen for free, essentially, and so like
because of the.
Because that's what Demon Bane, like, on top of the teamwork feats, you can just choose Spell Pen and Greater Spell Pen instead. So if you wanted to be a more offensive casting cleric, you can take Demon Bane and take those 2, Spell Pen and Greater Spell Pen, if you're not trying to be a martial character. I mean, I still think Ecclesia Thurge is better and just use your regular feats to do it, but some people might want the 2 free feats to do it, so...
Because, like, with the cleric, like, let's be honest, a lot of people will just start dumping feats into extra channel anyway.
True.
Like, I've done that on basically every cleric that I've ever made, except for, like, one, which I made into a martial cleric, and I wanted to get all the martial ones. And even then, I still think I got 1 or 2 extra channels, because I just ran out of feats that I cared about at the end.
I typically don't, because I find a way to make almost every party member a healer in some sort of fashion.
I don't do that.
But I mean, I can see taking this. I don't think it's a throwaway, but I do think that Crusader or Ecclesia Thurge are still just your better bets.
Really, I kind of think that it's the worst one that we've seen so far. Maybe the worst out of all of them. We'll see whenever we look at all these.
No way.
It's just
no. I think Angel Fire is definitely worse. The reason why I think that is because almost no matter what you're going to do, like there's something else that does that and then better. And Angel Fire at least offers something unique. Like
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's how
but
I feel about
let's be like not everything that's unique is worthwhile.
That's
No,
true.
but I'm still saying that there's not really anything here that's worthwhile, though. Some other archetype here does whatever you would want to do as good or better. Like,
I
I
can
guess
see
I don't know.
some. I don't know. I can if you really wanted those feats
I
from
feel
the
like
feat
you would
selection.
need. I feel like you kind of need to pigeonhole yourself really hard to really want to take this. I'm not saying that this one's good. I think this one is like just above Angel Fire.
I think
it's
that
below Angel Fire, but
Well,
I
like
think that if
the
you
thing
really
with
want,
Angel Fire is the loss of spell slots.
I think that if you really want these extra feats, like if you want teamwork feats or the spell pen feats, I think there are some people, myself included, who would, with the ability to take impossible domain, would sacrifice a basic domain to take extra feats. I would absolutely do that if I really wanted those feats.
okay,
So,
all right.
I would,
But-
Maybe for like a caster, I guess a caster cleric or something. Although I think Eclaius Thurge is definitely better for casting clerics because to me the teamwork feat you could still just take Crusader, use your regular feats to take the teamwork feats and get 3 extra feats. So really only spell pin or greater spell pin really matters there. Like if you're trying to be a caster cleric, but then it's not really that good for being a caster cleric.
I will
That's the way
say,
I feel about it.
yeah, agreed.
as Pondor said, Angel Fire gets one less spell slot a day and also can't wear medium armor. So
Also,
Yeah,
it's not just
true.
one less spell slot per day. It's one spell slot per level.
yeah,
So like
Is it
you're
per
losing
level?
out on.
I thought it was per spell level, so it's not 20 spell slots. I
Oh
thought
wait,
it's
is it?
like
Oh, I
it
thought
was
as
per
you.
spell level. No.
Okay, I skipped. My brain skipped over spell level and just read level.
yeah. No, it's
Okay, so it's
each of your
9
spell levels
fewer
has one
spells.
less slot.
It's
Okay.
9 fewer spells, not 20, which is a large difference, but that is still 9 fewer spells.
No.
Yeah,
And Toto.
Igor, I agree. I think there's this archetype, Demon Bane, and a lot of other ones through the different classes that are holy shit, we need one more archetype to put in that's like easy to
Yeah.
implement and relates to the story in some way, so here you go.
Yeah, it has the
That's-
word Demon Bane in it, even though it doesn't really have anything to do with demons.
Knowledge Arcana
Yeah,
is
a
the
little
Demon
more.
Bane. I mean, if you look at it,
Gaff, do not
if
give
you-
a fuck.
if you look at it, like the Ranger archetype that's kind of like against demons as well, also gets you Knowledge Arcana. Like Knowledge Arcana is like the anti-demon skill, apparently.
Which isn't that? Wouldn't that be lore
Which is
religion?
it's what you use to identify demons when you're like
What?
getting information
That's
about them. You
fucking
use
weird.
Arcana.
That's fucking. Should be religion, I would think, but whatever.
Religion's
Pathfinder's
There's
strange.
like undead for religion.
Which I feel like that's swapped. I feel like undead is it's literally an arcane thing. But whatever.
I don't know. I can see it being either way.
It could
I
be
guess, but,
either, but demons are definitely,
Yeah, I prefer,
there's a somewhat religious undertone to the term demon. But
Igor,
what do I know?
If knowledge religion actually does identify demons in this game, then all of the demon archetypes giving you knowledge arcana makes no fucking sense.
maybe you can
almost
use
all of them do.
either one or something. I don't know. I don't know. It is,
But it's not
ridiculous,
like-
so,
I don't know. Yeah.
Fuck it. Next up,
All right,
Ecclesia
Eclaius
Thurge, the one that we've
Best archetype.
that we've spoken about over and over and over again.
Best cleric archetype in the game. Best one. Best archetype.
Now to actually talk about what it does.
Yes.
No armor proficiency whatsoever.
Nope.
Very limited weapon proficiency. Club, dagger, crossbows, quarterstaff, and whatever the weapon of your deity is. So, not going to be somebody that you're sending into melee combat. Let's just throw it out there. It's not somebody that you want to have fighting people hand to hand. But you can't, so it also kind of changes the way the domains work. You have a primary and a secondary, so the first domain that you choose will be your primary. Second one will be secondary. You can prep up your primary domain's spells in any spell slot, whereas normally it is limited to 1 per spell level. So that I feel like is the biggest difference between
Yeah,
Ecclesiathurge and normal clerics is you could prep up your domain spells in all of your spells.
You also get that bonded holy symbol, which is
You get one
great.
extra spell per day.
I love those. I love when classes have those.
It is nice. Like, it does make me feel good as well. Like, I always want to pick that over familiar, even though I'm like, no, the familiar is better. And then I'm like, no, I want that extra
Gross.
spellcaster.
Absolutely disgusting. Give me that hair familiar. Give me that +4
Yeah.
to initiative.
Yeah, no, it's just feels so damn good whenever you're out of spells and then you realize, oh, I still have my holy symbol.
I have
Like,
one more spell. What am I going to use?
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's
Blessing
good.
of the Faithful is also
I was
good.
gonna
Like,
say, Blessing of the Faithful is pretty damn good.
Oh,
it's
close.
good up
Okay,
until
okay,
you get.
okay. I will be honest. I thought this was a touch thing. I thought Blessing of the Faithful was a touch. So I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is trash. Because I thought you had to like run up to somebody and touch them in combat to make it useful. The fact that it's close range makes this far better than I thought it was.
Yeah, and +2 sacred bonus. You know, like sacred bonus is definitely one of the better bonuses you can get.
Yeah, you don't get those very often.
That's kind of nice. But yeah, I feel like maybe this is the best one. Definitely, if you want to be casting spells, it's the best of the cleric archetypes here, I would say.
Easily. It's so much more versatile than the other clerics when it comes to spellcasting.
Yep. I love it.
All right, top tier. I feel like this one's top tier.
Yeah, very top tier. So is the next one, but only for a specific purpose.
Extremely specific, and I feel like it was much more top tier in Kingmaker than Wrath, but yeah.
Herald's Caller, if you want to be a full caster, but also want to be a summoning archetype, great class. You can't go wrong. Like,
now, question: does this gain extended duration for summons or not? I don't think it does.
I don't think so. I think it just gives you the two like augment summoning and superior summoning for free.
Yeah.
So you don't have to waste like feats on getting those. But yeah.
Yeah, and you can spontaneously cast them.
You do only get one domain, and you lose medium armor and shield proficiency.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you want to be a combat-y summoner, choose Monster Tactician Inquisitor. If you want to be a caster summoner, I think Herald's Caller is a good way to go.
I agree. I think Herald Caller is a good way to go if you want to be a casting summoner. Unfortunately, I don't think casting summoners have shit for power in Wrath of the Righteous. So it's not something I recommend, but if it is something you want to do, then I think Herald Caller is
summoning in Pathfinder in general, I generally feel like is bad. I don't enjoy it.
But
it takes a long time for it to get good.
But there's also like there's a lot of archetypes. Like that's why I asked, because there's a lot of archetypes where it makes the summons last longer. Like in my opinion, one of the problems with summoning is that they only last rounds per level, so they don't last very long.
I think there's only there only one?
I'm not saying this is the best summoning like archetype. I'm saying that it's a good one though. You know,
isn't there only one archetype in this game that lets it last more than rounds per level?
Yeah,
is there? I don't know.
One, right? Yeah,
I usually see, it's a summoning archetype. I just immediately move on because I'm
pretty sure there's only
I also just
one
don't like summoning in general because it's it's the speedrunner in me, and summoning is, except for Animate Dead, is all full round actions, and I hate full round actions.
Monster Tactician does that. No other summoning class does that.
It's Monster Tactician that does it. Yeah. Okay,
that's it.
I think that maybe it was the cleric. I'm pretty sure there's one that summons like Trents or something per like minute per level or hours per level. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's not that important.
But I would say, I don't know. Being a full caster for a summoner, I feel like is like there are some like buffs and stuff you can do as a cleric that you can throw on to all your summons that like an Inquisitor will never be able to do. So that's why I say there's a benefit to both, but I will say that oh right, there's a bard summoning archetype now. I forgot about that. I don't play
Yeah, I was
bards.
gonna say,
Yeah,
I feel like
that
I
was
was
the one I
talking
was
with
talking
somebody about
the
it
Beast Tamer.
not too long ago. I think it's the
Yeah, in
Beast
my
Tamer.
defense, that's a new one. Didn't exist in Kingmaker, so
Yeah, in Kingmaker, the Herald summoning in general and the Herald Caller was like really powerful. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel
Beast
like it was
Tamer
really
gets him
strong
1
there.
minute per level.
I've tried like hell to make summoning like viable in Wrath, and the only way that I can do it is by making the summons just like a wall between me and them that we kill them from behind. But in Kingmaker, like the summons could actually do the killing, which was nice.
I like Herald Caller. Like, I would build it with like the community domain, and then mix with Angel to get the Angel buffs, and just have pretty powerful defensive party and summons and do that. But
Well, I think
I'm just
think
not a fan
almost
of summoning in general in these games mostly. So any summoning
I'm
archetype,
not either.
it definitely has an uphill battle for me to
Yeah.
see it as decent or good.
And if you don't have the necessary feats, like it's not good until you get them.
Yeah.
Which is annoying.
All right,
Yep.
so I'm gonna put this above the Demon Bane Priest and Angel Fire
Yeah, for
Apostle.
sure.
I
below
would
the
say that this is
Crusader and
probably.
the Third.
I feel like this is probably better than basic cleric. Definitely not better, like way worse than Crusader or Ecclesia Thurge.
Yeah, I would say
Ecclesia
better.
Thurge,
Okay,
not
the reason
Ecclesia.
I'm gonna say better than basic cleric is because you're not gonna pick this if you don't want to be a summoning class.
Agreed. Yeah.
Like that would be dumb. So if you want to be a summoning class,
I want to be an
It's a
enchanter.
good-
Let me pick the summoning archetype.
it's a good archetype. There's not that many summoning archetypes anyway. But if you want to be like a cleric that doesn't summon, don't pick it.
Yeah.
It's hard to rank this one because it's like you're either gonna do it or you're not. There's no.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was going to argue that the base cleric would be better for everything else, though. So doesn't that mean that it should be ranked higher? But then I remembered Ecclesia Thurge is better at pretty much everything else, or Crusader. So it's like at least this is better at something. So yeah, I'll agree with you. It's better than the base cleric class.
Yeah, you do have to take into consideration what the intent for,
Yes.
if you're taking this, how good is this as the thing that it is?
Does
like-
enduring spells work with summons?
No, enduring spells does
I was
not
about to say
work
it's
with summons.
buffs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
buffs.
buffs.
It's not. Yeah.
What do you mean it's buffs? Isn't it just spells that have a certain time requirement?
Pretty sure
Let me.
it's.
It doesn't say buff
spells.
spells only. I don't think a game can decipher what's a buff spell only.
Damn it! Now I'm gonna have to go load up and look at it. I'm sure it doesn't
Here, let
affect
me-
spells
here.
that affect enemies, but I don't know. Maybe it does.
Effects of your spells on your allies that should
There you
last
go.
longer than an hour but shorter than 24 hours now last 24 hours.
There you go.
So yeah, it is things that cause effects on your allies.
Cool.
Not that creates allies. I mean, technically it could still potentially be read that way, but I feel like you have to stretch some of the wording there to make that fit. And you would also have to jump through quite a few hoops to get those rounds per level to get up to 5 minutes, which is possible. But
it's possible as a lich or an angel or with those feats that we talked about last time.
yeah, you would need to combine some spell books, and I think there's like a way to do it if you're not combining spell books, but it's like incredibly, like, you have to do a specific thing, you have to be wearing specific armor, you have to be, built a specific way.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very, very
Yeah,
difficult.
we were talking about it the last time, and yeah, there was a way with, like you said, the armor and the right mythic feat and whatever else.
Yeah,
but-
because I looked real hard because when I was actually speedrunning Wrath, I was trying to find a way to make haste 24 hours. But I was just not able to do it with the routing that I had. You would have to go way out of your way to get that done. But yeah, that's Herald Color.
Priest of Balance. As Zygor's just told me, it's a nerfed adaptation of a prestige class from the tabletop called Envoy of Balance.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Which makes sense. I mean,
It
feel
seems
like
interesting.
I feel like it's good if like you want to be able to channel both. Like if that's what you want, this is the only thing that does it.
Yeah, but on the other hand, what are like how often are you going to want to be channeling both in quick succession?
If you're a lich.
I mean, yeah.
You'd be
But
able
if you're
to
a
heal your
lich, wouldn't it be
undead
more
party members
efficient to
and
just
your
have your undead party members?
I mean, what if some people want some of the living people around?
I mean, I did
I don't know.
that, and I just realized that the undead were bad anyway, so I didn't use them at all.
I
one
think
of our
it's just versatile.
In one
It
of our Midnight
is.
Isles playthroughs, we actually like used one of these because like, hey, this is interesting, and it's actually kind of fun to like switch off, like going back and forth, you know, to like to get the buffs or the increased power. I'm not saying it's incredibly effective or anything like that, but I don't know, it added something like a little something extra to do that was, I don't know, kind of fun whenever we were going through it. I feel like it is versatile. It's not terribly effective, but it like,
Also,
I don't know, if you're looking for a little something different,
yeah,
like I could see playing it because I actually did play it then and actually did have fun doing it.
the
Um, so I'll give it that, but I don't think it's incredibly powerful or
I was
anything.
gonna
the other
say,
thing
like,
to think
if
about is that the inflict wounds and that you can do and the channel negative energy with selective channel, you can use those as like offensive spells to hurt people. And
Yeah,
most
that's
things
true.
don't resist negative energy.
yeah, which is what we were kind of doing. Like we were like healing ourselves and then hurting them and then back and
Yeah.
forth and like
Yeah,
it was kind of it was fun to do.
you would
Let's
definitely
put it
have to
bluntly.
get selective channel to make this at
Which you
all
should just
viable.
do anyway
Definitely.
so you don't heal enemies.
Yeah, I mean,
Imagine casting
it's a good
channel
idea.
energy in combat. Woohoo.
Well, I was gonna say maybe if you're like
I'm kidding.
Crusader or
I do
something, you
that shit
don't
all the
need it.
time.
But
Listen, if you get blasted with a fireball, channel
I
energy is
know.
the
I
quickest way to
literally
heal
just
everyone.
said I'm kidding.
And in Dresden, you get hit with a lot of like fiery launched things
Oh
all
yeah,
the
those
time.
fucking Brimmeracks.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
also just the like fire
the,
cows that are getting launched at people or whatever they are. Like
yeah,
the
the giants are on the catapults on the walls, just pelting you. Yep.
Imagine not using the options to kill the giants immediately.
imagine not going with Reginald and whatever plan he decides to do because he's a strategic genius.
Imagine not going with the gnome lady who's definitely not a traitor. Look, that
usually
takes
go
you
with her.
right into Arushale, and you can get her early if you have the stuff to get her.
Yeah, which is pretty awesome to do.
Yeah, I think Priest of Balance is cool for what it is. I'd probably put it at the same level as like around basic cleric and herald caller because I think it's that clump of classes is just if
Yeah,
Herald
either
Caller
you
and
want to
Priest of
do a
Balance are definitely
specific thing
very
or don't
specific
want
in
to.
what they do.
Yeah, it's just a specific thing. Like there's no, you can't really rank it comparatively in a more broad sense because it's just this is accomplishing a specific task.
Yeah, I would definitely have to like I've never played this one, obviously. I usually don't play with clerics very often.
But you only lose the domain and not any other proficiencies to be able to do
you
it.
don't lose much for this. You don't lose
That's
much
pretty
for
good. It's a good trade-off.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Cleric, Herald Caller, Priest of Balance, kind of in the same tier.
Yeah.
Crusader, Ecclesiarch.
Yeah,
Right.
nobody says that one right. Nobody on the planet says that one correctly.
In the top tier, and then Angel, Fire, Apostle, and Demon Bane
Yeah.
Priest in the bottom.
I literally say Ecclesia thirst.
Everybody does.
Yeah, that's usually what I say, but
everybody does. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to train myself to say Ecclesiarch.
Ecclesiarch. Oh, thanks. That's a lot easier to say.
Yeah.
Ecclesiarch.
Ecclesiarch. Yeah, can say that one.
Mario.
So I would say cleric though. In general, I mean,
there's a
Angel
reason
Fire
it's one of the base
Apostle-
classes. It's strong.
Angel, yeah, it is. Like there's only like 2 archetypes that are worse than that. 4 if you aren't looking to do exactly Herald, Collar, or Priest of Balance. So the
Yeah,
base
like
class being like the third best choice is pretty good compared to other classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
But Angel Fire Apostle is
even
garbage.
Crusader and Ecclesiarch, they are very specific in what they do. So like if you just want a base, like a better all around character, the basic cleric is going to be the best one for you. It's not going to reach the highs that the different archetypes can get to, but it's also not going to reach the lows that they can if the specifics for that archetype aren't met.
Yeah.
Base cleric's a very, very fine choice.
Yep.
Throw away the Garbage Fire Apostle.
Yep.
We don't need
And
it.
you are such haters.
It's bad.
It's
not
amazing.
good.
It's not garbage.
It's not good.
It's not good, but it's not garbage.
It's pretty garbage.
It is not garbage.
It's
Garbage
Fire
garbage.
Apostle.
No,
it's pretty.
It's bad. Honestly, it's bad specifically for the
trash
limit
fire
in
apostle. That's what it is.
It's bad specifically for the fact that you're limited in the gods you can worship. Like that's also bad.
Limited, which limits your domains that you can choose.
Yep.
Like I said, the diminished spellcasting isn't quite as bad as I thought it was.
You only like playing good characters, anyways. Like half of the freaking people that play the game do.
Oh.
You know,
but okay, you're losing 2 uses of your channel as energy to cast any of those spells.
Okay.
You're only getting an extra
that,
2.
The best heal spell in the game besides mass heal, I guess, is like one of those spells though. So you can get like,
but you get it anyway.
10 extra spell casts of that. Yeah, but instead of using those spell slots on the heal spell, you can cast heal more times than a cleric that's not an Angel Fire Apostle can. You know, even if you use none of your spell slots on heal, if you use it on other stuff that keeps you from dying, like heightened freedom of movements or other buff spells, whatever, like you can keep your cleric as just buffing and still be able to get some good healing.
What level 6 buff spells would you take instead?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to go look at the spell list. To be honest, I don't think there are a whole lot of level 6 buff spells that are great.
Like you get Bull Strength Mass, which you can get on other characters, Bear's Endurance Mass, Eagle Splendor, Owl's Wisdom Mass.
Whenever we talked about it earlier, we said if the cleric was like the only or one of your only buffers, like if you didn't have a lot of other buffs, like I feel like there is a party that could use this to great effect. That, you know, if you don't have access to a lot of these buffs from other characters, also you can use Heighten to heighten some of the lower level buff spells that are incredibly important, way more important than any of the level 6 ones. And anyway, that's where I feel like it's good at. And with all of the abundant casting feats, like losing 9 spell slots sucks, but you know what? You still have like over 80 freaking spell slots if you get all the abundant casting spell feats and you're maxing out your wisdom. Like, you're still going to have a lot of spell casts, and if you don't have a lot of buffs from anybody else, you can concentrate on buffs and still get some healing and other of these spells. Like, I'm not saying it's good, I'm just saying it's not garbage. Like, there's definitely a party that would use this. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to start another playthrough, and the whole point of the playthrough will be to show that this does not suck. It is not garbage. We're gonna have the Angel Fire Apostle carry our freaking party.
When the shifter DLC comes out, Lord, we will each make an Angel Fire Apostle, I will show you how garbage it is, and you will try to prove how great it is.
I would rather not nerf my entire party.
All right. I'm good.
We'll go for it.
Let's be clear here. Is the main character an Angel Fire Apostle, or are we just getting like a mercenary Angel Fire Apostle?
No, never play with mercenaries. Who are you?
Then that's probably not going to work, because if I'm starting out whenever the new DLC comes out, then I'm doing it to play a shifter. So that's probably not going to work. Like, I can't start new with a new class and then not play the new class. Like,
Mercenaries are a waste of money and also cut down on the content of the game.
well, I'll still
That's if
make
you're
one
playing
that's
the
an Angel
base
Fire
game. If you're
Apostle to
playing
show that they can
Midnight
be really
Isles,
good.
you literally don't have a choice.
Midnight Isles are all mercenaries, Pandora.
You literally don't have a choice.
All right, so Druid.
So Druid.
All right, Druid.
I can
I'm actually using a wild shaped Druid. I'm actually using a wild shaped Druid in my party right now, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Just the basic Druid class.
I never liked wild shape because you do have to like have good physical stats to make it good.
Yeah, I don't like wild shape.
And I don't like building physical boosted casters. It's annoying.
I'll say Druid is definitely my least favorite of the
I have like
here.
3 or I think I have 4 sources of trip in that party. So every enemy is just on the floor the entire fight. It's kind of great.
I really like the Druid spell list. And the animal having an animal companion is strong, and even if you don't want those, the domains are pretty strong too.
Gross.
But the biggest thing here is the wild shape, and having to build a physical stat caster is so fucking annoying. And I hate it.
Like, okay, to be fair, if you're, you get a decent amount of AC just via the natural armor that you get boosted by the wild shape buffs. So you don't have to put a whole lot into dex. I think like my druid in the DLC is like literally at 10 dex. I don't think I put any into it. Put a bit into con, boost your strength up quite a bit. And then put like 15 into wisdom or 16 into wisdom to get, the next like modifier point, because you don't really need to go up any higher than that, because by the time you get to level 7, 8, or 9 spells, you're gonna have a headband to boost it up higher. You don't really need
with it. My personal preference is I hate building into physical stats with casters. That's just my personal preference.
I would have agreed until I was doing this run through. I am actually very, very pleased with how my druid has turned out thus far. It's actually worked really well with the rest of the party. The only reason that I did it is because of the tailwind that I got. I got the natural weapon and unarmed attack tailwind, where they get boosted damage, which is why I built that. Which is actually one of the I'm really enjoying the DLC. Side note, DLC is really fun. If you haven't played it, you really should. The tailwinds have vastly changed how I would build my party. Because normally I would never build a wild shaped druid. And yeah, it's one of my favorite party members.
Igor makes a good point. There's a mythic talent that gives a +4 to every physical stat when under polymorph.
That was mythic number 1 for me.
Yeah, definitely strong. As far as the base druid goes, well, actually, first, Pondor's right. The freaking Midnight Isles DLC is amazing. Couldn't believe that they made a DLC that was as long or almost as long as the base game, and with
I still haven't gotten I still haven't gotten through it.
I still thoroughly enjoyed and found genuinely fun, and a lot of that is because of the tailwinds and stuff that they give you for sure.
Yep. I'm currently on lap 5 of my 3rd run through.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they shortened it to only 3 run throughs now. It was 4 whenever it first came out.
Was it 4? Okay.
So, yeah, it was, because we got kind of screwed. We were on our 4th run through.
Mm-hmm.
We just started it, and then the patch came. Then the patch came out that made it only 3 run throughs, and it kind of screwed up our playthrough. And it's damn it. But anyways, that doesn't matter. As far as the base druid goes, I agree with Unsung. I don't like it. I just ignore the wild shape if I'm going to play this. I do think that there's a way to build your druid here where you can take advantage of the casting and still be physically powerful. But you like to use the primal druid for that, and definitely not the base druid. The base druid, I feel like any other druid down here, or any other archetype is going to be better at whatever you want to do. Maybe the base druid's better if you just want an all-around better whatever, maybe. But I really don't suggest. Well, I don't know. If you're playing on, certainly if you're playing on higher difficulties, I suggest that you focus more on being powerful than being all around good. But if you just want a
Yes,
good
I
time,
agree.
and you're playing
When
like
you're playing on
middle or
higher
lower
difficulties,
then
you definitely need to
yeah, I
min max
guess,
a lot
okay.
more.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't like the
Igor,
base druid much at all.
Igor, I would agree. I feel like the archetypes in general across the druid class that they chose for this game are not the best ones they could have done. Call of the Wild mod in Kingmaker adds Nature Fang as an archetype, and it's so fucking cool because it's a druid that has sneak attack, and
Ooh, interesting.
it's sick. It's sick. Nature Fang is cool. It's a druid rogue, fantastic. And yeah, the Vermin Druid would have been cool here too. Like, there's other things they could have done. Like, literally, I don't see why Defender of the True World and Face Speaker were even still included just because they were in Kingmaker.
Yeah.
I guess it's like less time working on a new archetype. I get that, but they literally are worthless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I would also
They're
like to
probably
point
two
out
of the worst archetypes in the entire game.
I would like to point out that I think you two just don't understand the druid because it is a 4-star difficulty class, and I just think that you guys just can't figure it out.
Oh my god. Listen here, Pondor. Listen here, buddy. Okay, buddy old pal. I've got almost 700 hours in this game.
I think I'm at like 400 or something.
1,000 hours in Kingmaker, and I've been playing Pathfinder Tabletop since I was 17 years old.
Well, then you would think you would be better.
I would actually like to thank you, Pondor, because that explains a lot. All right, now I know why I don't like the druid.
Yeah, it's just too hard for you. You guys just
Can we get
don't
to another
understand
class that's
the
only
true
got one of these little
complexity.
purple circles, please.
All right. I really don't want to talk too much about Defender of the True World, because
wait.
it sucks.
We skipped over Blight Druid.
Oh, sorry. I was clicked
dare
on
you.
Blight Druid, so I accidentally went down.
How dare you?
Blight Druid also bad.
Yes. Yes.
In Kingmaker, it was great. I liked it in Kingmaker because Fae have really low fortitudes, so you can miasma the hell out of everybody. But demons, they don't give a shit about your miasma, okay? They don't give two shits about it. They don't care. They will be impervious to your miasma.
I've never once heard somebody say miasma.
Yeah, I've never heard it.
Miasma?
Yeah.
It's miasma.
I've always heard it as miasma.
I've only ever heard it called miasma, and I watched all 5 seasons of Inuyasha, where they use the word in almost every single episode.
Oh my god, that
miasma.
fucking show.
Yeah, because dubbed
hey, let's make the enemy super weak and he gets his ass handed to him every time he meets the main characters. But he just runs away every time so that we can extend this show forever.
Miasma, whatever.
Anime show?
Huh?
Nothing.
I mean, most of the time they don't actually come face to face with the primary antagonist very often. Whereas in Inuyasha, it's like every other fucking episode.
You also don't get an animal companion, so
yeah, so absolute trash. Like that right there is reason enough to say that this archetype is absolute trash.
I will say that I want Blight Druid to be good, just because I feel like it's really cool, especially if you like read the description for it here and like what it's supposed to be. I just feel like
cool.
Mechanically it doesn't represent that very well, and then with the setting like that it's in, the mechanics that it does have to represent what it's supposed to be aren't very effective.
Yeah, I'd say roleplay wise, it's a cool concept, and in Kingmaker, it absolutely worked, but not here.
All right, so Blight Druid bad.
It also does get 2 extra domains. Just to point out, it does get the death and destruction domains in addition to the normal ones. I don't think that bumps it up at all.
No.
Honestly, because those aren't great domains regardless. But it, just pointing it out that it is a thing.
I would like to point out that Lord Bovid and Igor said that I'm saying miasma like they would in like either French or Portuguese, and that they said I'm being casually global inclusive. So thank you. I am. I'm just more cultured. That's
also just another way of saying that you're racist.
I'm just more cultured. So
just more cultured.
Oh, maybe if you had come to that conclusion on your own, Unsung, but you didn't. So I'm gonna have to take that away.
I think it's actually better for people from other countries to tell you that you're cultured than for you to decide that you're cultured on your own.
No, I am very cultured. I am the most cultured of all peoples. Because America has the best culture. Nobody comes close.
All right.
All
So
right.
Defender of the True World.
Oh yeah, okay. Defender of the True World sucks.
Great.
Why do we need
Great
bonuses
in
to Fae?
Kingmaker. In Kingmaker, really good.
In Kingmaker,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
However,
Why? Because there's
that's not this
Fae
game.
everywhere. But yeah. Are there any Fae in this game? I mean,
I literally can't
trying to
recall
remember.
any Fae in this game.
I'm sure there are. Maybe.
I'm trying to think if there's even Fae in the fucking DLC. And I don't think there are. There's elementals, there's demons, there's undead.
I don't think we fight Nereids. We
There's
don't fight any
kobolds.
like dryads. We don't fight,
Yeah.
mites. Like,
Oh yeah, there's a couple of mites.
There are mites in the DLC.
Yeah, there's a couple of mites in the DLC.
well, there you go.
There you go. We can take a whole ass archetype to
Yay.
fight mites. We got them.
Such
Fuck
a
those
bad
little bastards.
class.
Suckers.
Got them. Fucking nail them.
All right. So Defender of the True World, garbage. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on.
In the context of this game specifically.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So the Drovier is actually pretty damn good.
I love the Drovier. If you
I
don't want to
had
shapeshift,
no
Drovier is
idea
great.
how good that this was going to be. This is at this is one of the reasons that I did go through and I started looking up these at 9 o'clock this morning. Yeah, it's AoE animal aspects.
Yes.
It's insane. That's so good.
It's
Had I known,
crazy.
I would have
really
taken the. Well, no, I wouldn't have for this particular one, but I might have made a second Drovier Druid. Like, I might have run 2 Druids in this party if I had known that.
And, I mean, it's only at the end, but with Inevitable Exits DLC, like, at 20th level, you can literally use it as much as you want.
Yeah,
Like,
it's at will, which is bonkers.
So good.
Yeah, I agree. It's
And
definitely
honestly,
really good.
when you pair it with Angel and get, like, the Angel buffs for your party, it's the best, like, buffing combo, in my opinion, that you can possibly build. Like, it's ridiculous. It's insane. So
Nice.
I fucking loved it. The aspects are great.
Yep.
All right,
Imagine just giving everyone like the fucking like raptor and everyone's just kind of like
super fast, or like for my particular party, since I'm focusing so much on Trip, the gorilla, just getting a +4 to CMB. Because I'm sitting there, I'm casting it individually on all of my characters.
need to make everyone
Igor's yelling at me. He's like, I fucking told you about this.
You can also just give everyone gorilla when looking for traps. Just +2 perception, everybody. Good luck. Like,
oh, does gorilla give +2 to perception as well? I thought that was a different one.
yep. 2 bonus to perception as well. Plus, no, gorilla's 1 on fortitude saves and perception.
I don't remember.
Bear is the CMB.
No. Gorilla,
Yes.
you gain a +4 competence bonus to CMB. Monkey.
I'm hovering over animal aspect greater gorilla.
Yeah, that's the
And it
greater
says-
one. That's not the basic one.
they
Gorilla.
added-
Animal aspect
okay.
gorilla. Your arms become long, flexible, and strong like those of a great ape. You gain a +4 competence bonus to CMB. Get absolutely fucking wrecked.
What are you talking about?
Are you looking at the spell?
Yes.
Yeah, the spell's different.
Yeah.
Try again.
So wait, which one? +4 on mobility,
Drovier, just
trickery, and
look at
stealth.
the ability.
Raptor.
Just look at the ability and hover over them. Don't
Okay.
look at the spell.
Right, but the original one, like communal aspect, the basic one, copies the spell, and that's the one that I'm using. in my particular thing. And it's also only a +2 if you use aspect of the bear, whereas aspect of the gorilla in animal aspect is a +4, so get fucked.
Are you fucked, Unsung?
No, because I don't remember there being like bonuses to the different animals, but that's interesting.
What? The spell animal aspect?
No, ignore me. I'm just talking to myself.
Okay.
Yeah, for some reason in my mind, I registered animal aspect greater as just different animals on top of the animals you could already choose from.
No, it
But
adds a
it's
bonus
the
on
same
top of the
animals, but
one.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my bad. Still good. I mean, Bear does CMB as well, but yeah.
Is Bear CMB as well in greater?
It's +2 to CMB plus and +2 to natural armor to AC and gives everyone bull rush.
What level is like the actual spell animal aspect?
I think it's level 3.
Yeah, it's 3.
Right?
Is it level 3 really?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
No, I was about to say because
Sure.
level 2 is normal animal aspect.
It's level 3. It's at the bottom of level.
Oh no shit! Wow.
It's a 3rd level spell.
Huh.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I did not.
Yeah.
I thought it was like I was looking at level 6.
So yeah, so like I said, everyone's a gorilla. They can see traps. Gorillas can see traps for miles. Everyone knows.
Yes,
this.
that is what they are known for.
All right, so Drovier just straight
It's
up better.
really good.
If you don't wanna wild shape at all, it's Druid
absolutely
plus.
better.
Yeah.
It's Druid plus if you don't want a wild shape.
And if you do want a wild shape, what the hell's wrong with you? No. I'm just-
It's fun and good, and you get an extra trip person if you take wolf.
yeah.
Like I am completely done with like I am like level 14 or 15 or something like that at this point. Like level, I am past where I get all of my wild shapes, and I'm still using wolf because that extra trip chance is just so goddamn good.
If you're level 4, why don't you just use like aspect of the wolf then?
Because they're both polymorph effects, and one overwrites the other.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I was trying to use aspect of the bear. There's one that's lower level that gives you a bonus to CMB, and I was trying to use that in aspect of the wolf, and I realized that they overrode each other.
Ah.
Yeah, unfortunately, that does not work.
All right. Elemental Rampager.
I don't remember.
Before I decide how good this is, can you use Rampage while wild shaped?
I believe so.
I mean,
I would have to check it but it's not like a spell. It's like a
yeah.
supernatural ability or
Yeah, it's
spell like
just an
ability or something like that. So you don't have to cast.
Igor says
It's just
yes.
basically going into a rage. It's basically rage.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was
So
go ahead.
So if you get claws, no, because a claw attack is not while rampaging, so you wouldn't get claws if you wild shaped. You wouldn't get the extra claws.
No, you would just have the weapons that you have while wild shaped. I also don't think that you get. Yeah, it says a claw attack, so I don't think that you're like dual wielding claws. So I don't think you get multiple attacks with those. I think it's just the one, which is weird.
Ooh.
Um,
Maybe this one's just a good concept but poorly implemented.
maybe. But like, if you're using wild shape, the extra damage.
Yeah. It's pretty good, but you take a -2 to armor class as well.
Which is normal for
But
rage.
the bonuses keep increasing, so like...
But it's really slow. It's really slow. Look at that. It's 1 at 6, then 1 every 5 levels. So you get in at you're up to +4 at level 16.
But a bonus to attack and damage is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
and then eventually you're also doing elemental damage and have energy resistance on top of that.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is that this does not tell you how much extra damage you're doing.
Nope.
And when you scroll over them, it's just a blank thing.
Yep.
So
Oh.
without actually going in and testing this, it's really difficult to say just how good this extra elemental stuff is because we just don't know how much we get.
And you don't get a domain or animal companion.
Yeah.
So.
I haven't actually tested it myself or played it myself, but it's supposed to be extremely effective along with the demon because the demon mythic path adds so many extra attacks, and I think the rampage and the demon's rage stack.
Igor is saying that
as a
Igor is saying that each of the rampages gives extra stuff as well. He says that lightning gives AoE damage. So there's stuff in here that we just can't see unless we actually go in and test it, unfortunately.
But Laura, like you said, having played a demon playthrough, I can see how this would pair up with demon really well.
Yeah, I think it would. I haven't tested it myself, like I said, but yeah, I've talked to people who say that it's really effective, and I remember back whenever the game was first released, that was the advice because of all the problems demon was having. Like if you want to play a demon, then make it an elemental rampager because then you can still be overpowered.
Hagbound Witch was also a good one in my experience.
But guys, you lose immunity to poisons at level 9. Trash. Absolute trash.
Well, we're already immune to poison by what, level 5?
Level 5. Yeah.
Level 3 level spells? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, fuck it.
No, you get it naturally. It's better.
All right, so elemental rampager pretty good if you want a natural attack build. Probably really, really good.
Yeah, hard to say exactly how effective this is because we just don't have all the information that we need.
Very niche as well, but yeah.
All right, Face Speaker. I think we already covered that it's not
garbage.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah.
More garbage.
Mas basura.
One thing that's that we should note: it uses charisma instead of wisdom as their spellcasting score.
That's true, but I would argue that persuasion's not as important here as it was in Kingmaker.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially since you have party members that are going to have really high persuasions regardless.
There's only a couple of instances where only your persuasion matters.
Yeah.
So
it's very rare.
None.
Yeah. And wisdom is other than persuasion, charisma has no purpose and wisdom gives you will saves. So
yeah.
Yeah. I would say that, maybe if you're dipping into some other classes that give you your charisma to AC like some of them do, and you're trying to get overpowered like that, maybe
I can Scaled Fist Monk or something.
But I just feel like you wouldn't do that with the Bay Speaker like you would do that with some other
No, because that only would work if you went deep into Face Speaker because it's not going to change your other classes spellcasting to charisma. And I don't think it gives bonuses other than that.
No, I'm just saying, if you wanted to add extra AC or something to your druid, to get
I gotcha.
you could otherwise get.
Yeah.
Since this is you could dip. Of course, then again, like with monk, you have monks that have wisdom and charisma, but you can get your AC twice with charisma because with the Oracle, Nature's Whisper,
right,
and Scaled Fist Monk together, you get double your charisma bonus.
Yeah, it can get really insane.
Yeah, so I that's the only area where I could say maybe, but just don't do that. It's not a good idea. But if you did want to do that, that's one way I guess that this could be better.
Yep. Loses spontaneous cast summoning and a lot of your wild shape stuff, and it delays some of it as well.
Yep.
To get you a couple of enchantment or illusion spells from the Sorcerer Wizard spell list. Yay.
Yeah. Does it even give any of the good ones? Oh, you get to
I was about to say, it looks like you just get to choose one from each of the levels.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's...
okay, no, it's terrible.
I mean, enchantment and illusion are not great spell schools.
Level? Actually, illusion is phenomenal. I do not like enchantment at all, but I do love illusion.
Well, it's good if you build really hard into it, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's
like
mostly good because of Phantasmal Killer and Weird. Color Spray is pretty good early too,
Yeah.
I guess, but only like really early.
Yeah, but like I actually had this conversation the other day. The problem with that is that a lot of those come with dual saves.
Yeah, well,
Specifically
just gotta
Phantasmal Killer and Weird. They come with dual saves. So yeah, unless you're again, this goes back to what I just said. Unless you're building for it. If you're building for it, it's fine-ish. But if you're not, then like it gives the enemy an extra chance to either negate or, you know, vastly reduce the effectiveness of those
whatever.
spells.
Like you gotta be built for it. I can agree with that.
I feel like for any DC spell category, it's bad if you don't build into it, because with this game, your DC is just never going to be high enough unless you boost it.
Yeah, but like if you're like a
or unless you're evocation.
Like, yeah, I was gonna say, if you're just like a basic blaster caster bitch, like most of my spellcasters are, because I'm very creative.
You're still doing some damage, even if you're not.
Yeah, you might not be the most effective damage dealer person, man, but you're still doing, you know, at least half most of the time.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, with these, it's like it dies or it takes 5 damage, like, or none. True. Sometimes. So it's a much higher, you know, risk reward thing.
All right. So face speaker not very good.
Yeah.
At all.
Primal Druid.
I have also made one of these for my
very
runs.
cool
Primal
concept.
Druid is awesome. Yep. I love it.
If this is like what you want to do, like if you want to be a huge ass Druid man, strength boy, this is the perfect class for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you want your melee Druid, this is definitely
it.
Yep.
Yeah, this is.
I've done it.
Melee Druid.
It's very good. You do have a limited animal companion list, but a lot of them are very good animal companions.
Yeah, these are like some of the best ones.
I was about to say, for straight up damage, you're not going to beat out the Smilodon. Mastodon is really good because it does come with a the gore attack. Does come with trip. Yep. I have had a Mastodon in every one of my parties since I learned that. Very, very good. Triceratops is just dope. Unfortunately, apparently the Triceratops's gore attack does not trip for some reason.
Boo.
Yeah, I was told that is it's either bugged or that is intentional, but it does not trip. And then the Velociraptor is another good damage dealing.
I love Velociboy. He's so cute.
I like the Velociraptors. Like, I don't know if you've actually used them. It's really, really fun just because they're so fast. Like, they can run from like one side of the battlefield to the other and just like pick up enemies that are like going after your casters or something and get or they can just like kite enemies around.
Yeah.
Like, I never really took the Velociraptor because like, whatever. But dude, the speed is really fun to use and
just the 60-foot movement speed is insane.
Send them at the caster, send them at the back line, and just let them go to town.
Yeah, really good for that too. Like, they're fast enough to just run all the way around so they don't have to really get in touch with the melee and just kill whatever's in the back.
They're great.
They're highly effective. They are highly effective.
When I played my Drovier Druid Angel, I played with a Velociraptor.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
And he was so cute.
Yeah. I feel of these 4, unfortunately, the Triceratops, while probably the coolest, is also the least effective.
Yeah, I think I have to definitely agree that it is the least effective of these 4.
Yeah.
And I'd put Smilodon and Mastodon, depending on what you want to do, as the most effective.
Yeah.
And probably Velociraptors is the most fun.
But like even the Velociraptor, you guys were just saying, it's really good at clearing out the back lines. Like it definitely has.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Mastodon's cool. I honestly, if I was going for a tanky animal companion, I'd prefer Boar, but I like Mastodon too.
I mean, I wouldn't even say that using Mastodon as a tanky character. It's mainly the trip.
Oh, the boars also get a trip though. And I
but
think they
is it
do
going to
more
have as
AC,
much
but
strength
maybe
as a
less
mastodon
constitution.
once it
Yeah,
boosts up?
there's very
Where's
little
the
difference between the two.
does like gore innately get trip? Because it doesn't
It
say
does
trip
now.
on here.
Yes.
It does now. Yeah, they changed it. I think whenever the Midnight Isles released, or sometime around there. Like,
I
yeah,
feel like realistically that makes no sense, but okay, sure.
they
Yeah.
did it. They did
Fuck
it.
If you're
realism.
getting gored, you're not getting tripped to the ground. You're getting
Knocked to the
impaled.
ground.
I think they also added it so that like the elk gets it too, maybe because of the antlers.
I was
I
about to
don't
say
know.
elk. I think
I guess the
just has a
reasoning
gore attack, doesn't it?
is like they're using, I don't know, these big giant tusks to sweep your feet out from under you or something. I don't know. I don't get it either.
Yeah,
But they did it.
I don't know
They
the
did it.
why, but I'm not complaining because it's really, really good.
Yeah. One thing's for sure though, wolves are definitely nowhere near as good as they used to be.
Yeah, now that they've given trip to so many other companions,
Yeah.
wolves are, yeah, they've kind of fallen by the wayside. They're still actually not that far off, because I also have a wolf companion in my party right now. I have, like I said, I have like 4 sources of trip. My monk has sweeping leg. My druid goes into wolf form. My mastodon and my wolf companion. The mastodon and the wolf companion CMBs are only like 2 off from each. They're actually pretty damn close. So while wolves aren't unique anymore in their ability to trip, I would not at all say that they are bad, or like vastly inferior to any of the others. So yeah.
Yeah.
But we've talked a lot about the animal companions, but not a whole lot about what the primal druid actually brings to the table, which is primal size.
Yeah,
Yes.
which is just freaking awesome.
You can spontaneously cast Enlarge Person on yourself.
Yep.
And it scales with level. At 8th level, the size bonuses become a +4, and at 16th, they become a +6. Which is
literally
really, really good.
Huge.
Yes,
Yeah,
also at
huge,
16th level,
awesome.
when you get the +6, you also are increased by 2 size categories instead of just 1. Giving you but more reach, obviously more damage with your melee weapons, on top of the strength and con bonuses.
If you don't mind the lack of bonus to AC, as Igor said, it's legendary proportions essentially without using fossils.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome. This is definitely the way I suggest building a druid. The way that I like to do it. You know, you can just pump up your stats for melee, put a reach weapon on, get those huge size bonuses, and the fact that you have a little bit less AC doesn't really matter too much because you got so much reach and you're dealing so much damage. And then just keep your spells for buffing because the druid has so many good buffs that you can just, you can just dedicate all your spell slots to buffing and dedicate this character to melee damage and support. And then especially if you're throwing on some attack of opportunity teamwork feats with that humongous range, you can be getting attacks of opportunity on anything on the battlefield if you have good positioning and everybody's using the AoE or AOO teamwork feats.
Yep.
So
one thing to point out, there is a slight disadvantage to this over legendary proportions on top of the loss of AC. You do have the dex penalty for Enlarged Person. It is only a -2. That does not scale like the bonuses do, but you do get that -2 penalty from Enlarged Person.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not better than legendary proportions. It's not, but what is nice is that you get this effect from level 1 and then it gets better as you're leveling. Like that's what's nice. So for 3/4 of your playthrough before you get to having legendary proportions, like you've still got this effect, which is nice to have.
Yeah, that is another thing to think about is that remember, like, primal size, Enlarged Person does not get you the polymorph effect bonus from the Mythic Path. It's not a polymorph effect. It's a transmutation
it's just a transmutation. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that I'm not entirely sure about, would this work with Wild Shape? For what I never tested this when I had this character.
No, because if you
I don't think so, because
No.
isn't an enlarged person for people only?
Yes.
Well,
Like, it
like the
doesn't work
weird
for
thing
animal
is that
companions.
animal growth doesn't work on a wild shaped druid.
Yeah,
I know
because that would be broken.
I know enlarged person does not work on animal companions. I
Right.
guess it could be bugged in the same way to where it will work on a wild shaped druid. It's possible it could be bugged in
No,
that way.
it
But
yeah,
I would
it
have to say
overrides.
it's gotta be a bug though. I would say.
No,
If
it
is like that.
overrides because, like, think about it like this: if you had a polymorph effect on you and then you wild shaped, you wouldn't still have that polymorph effect.
But you just said that this is, like, got to remember, this isn't a polymorph.
But any type of spell like that that's affecting you doesn't carry over when you wild
Right.
shape.
Give me one sec. I'm actually going to test it.
I'll
Because
say
I have wild shape on my druid in my party right now, and I also have an enlarged person spell prepped up. So I'm just gonna go. I'm just
animal growth still gives you the bonuses. You just don't grow in size.
No. With a wild shape druid, you can't target. It says invalid target, so you can't cast it on them at all.
I don't know if it'll work or not. I don't think it
who
should,
has
but
enlarged
maybe it will.
person? You do. Okay, so let me just make sure you are not wild shaped right now.
I know in 5e, if you have ongoing spell effects on you and then you wild shape, you're just wild shaped. So
Yeah, I feel like anytime you change into an animal form, any other spell that changes your shape would be removed, or at least should be removed.
yeah. Shouldn't work.
You do not get the bonuses. It can be cast on you, but you do not get the bonuses when you are wild shaped.
So it still shows that you have the enlarged person spell in effect, but you're just not getting any bonuses.
Yeah, like when I go into my cast my buff bar, it shows the icon for enlarged person, 13 minutes 58 second time remaining.
But you don't have the
but
bonuses.
when
to
I
your
scroll
stat.
over to strength, I don't have that. Now I am going to also double check where there it is.
I was gonna say you're not like
Yeah,
wearing a belt or something that overrides it or something like that.
No, because it would be a size
no,
bonus.
The size bonus, right?
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah.
So yeah, animal growth, mousing over my druid, which is, by the way, named after you, Lorespire.
Oh, nice. You are both naming characters after me, huh?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Target has no animal feature, so cannot cast animal growth on a wild shaped druid. So double checked and confirmed both of those things. Or disproved both of those. But yeah, Primal Druid is actually really good. I like Primal Druid a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, Druid, it's fine. Drovier is great if you don't want wild shape. Primal Druid's great for a melee druid. Elmo Rampager is very niche. The other half of the archetypes are worthless. So
Yeah.
The two Fey-based ones.
At least for Wrath, yeah, definitely.
I mean, Fey Speaker isn't even really that good in Kingmaker.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't think it's that good anywhere. Maybe for the class dipping thing I was talking about, but I feel like there's just better things you could be doing.
Yeah, there's definitely better options.
I don't recommend that. Yeah.
So yeah, some much more powerful archetypes than I expected. To Igor's frustration, I did not realize when he was recommending it just how strong the Drovier was.
Yeah, it's really. Igor, I believe, is also the one who turned me on to it. Igor and Lord Bovin. Whenever I was playing the Treasure of the Midnight Isles DLC, whenever it first released, they're the one who told me to try out Drovier, and yeah, we're tripping. Even on core difficulty, like we were getting trips all over the place, like entire combats where the enemies would be tripped or falling over. Hell, we were even getting trips on like the second to last big story boss, like from our animal companions and stuff, which was pretty cool. Yeah, it was pretty effective. So, all right. Next one is
Oracle.
Oracle, yeah.
Which this was, I was definitely fading at this point when I was going over these this morning. So I don't know a whole lot about a lot of these oracles.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the oracles quite a bit.
Igor, we are going over the full divine casters, so the level 9 spell divine casters today.
Yeah. Cleric, druid, oracle, shaman.
And shaman. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really explain anything about what we were doing.
Yeah, we're just doing.
We just
fuck it. We're just doing
kind of
it.
bungled around with some technical issues, and then we just started without explaining who we are, what we're doing,
It's
or anything.
fine. Don't worry about it.
I actually like that we kind of jumped into it and save all that kind of stuff for the end. Although maybe we could next time put 1 or 2 lines at the beginning about what we're doing.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. All right, Oracle. Great class in its own right. I think it's going to be similar to Cleric in that the base class is fairly strong in itself, but I think the other thing here is that these archetypes are way better than the Cleric archetypes. So
yeah, I was really surprised at how strong some of them were.
Yeah.
The Divine Herbalist, that's the one where you use charisma instead of wisdom.
Yeah, the Divine Herbalist.
That's what it was.
Awesome.
Oracle's all charisma. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, for lore nature. Remember how earlier I was saying that there was one where you use charisma instead of something. I was so confused.
I was like, actually, all of them are charisma instead of wisdom.
Yeah. Sorry, I did not speak correctly there.
Excuse me.
That's the only downside to Oracle, in my opinion, is that it's charisma instead of wisdom, because charisma is worthless besides that.
I don't know. For power gamers who want to play on unfair difficulty, they'd actually prefer charisma because it stacks with so many other things.
Yeah,
so
skill wise and like saves and stuff like that. I mean, there's ways to do that, right? You just take 2 levels in Paladin and suddenly, boom, you got your charisma to all of your saves. Get fucked, wisdom, dex, and con.
And then you can get double your AC to,
Yeah, charisma's kind of busted.
AC. Yeah, because of all the stuff you can dip to take it.
Yeah, but you said that for power gaming and dipping, which is taboo on my channel. So
yeah, you hate fun. We get it.
I don't hate fun. I hate doing things that don't make sense other than I want to be good at this.
Well, why would you not want to be good at things?
Hey, to be fair, for the people who are playing on unfair, you have to do things that don't make sense. Like, if you're playing on that high difficulty, you're not dipping it because it doesn't make sense or because you want to be good. It's because you want to make it past the first 30 minutes of the game, which you're not going to do if you're
unfair.
That doesn't make sense.
Like auto build only run go.
No, thank you.
That's my point. Is like, if people who are playing unfair, like, I can't see how I can't imagine playing unfair and being able to immerse yourself in the story at all compared to
I mean,
difficulties.
It like, you just gotta divorce the mechanical aspects of the builds with the actual like role playing aspect of the game.
But you also just have to worry about mechanics so much more often. Like in core, even, I don't think about mechanics really at all. Like, it's easy. You buff, you go in, you're done. Like, there's not really that many difficult fights on core, even.
To be honest, I think it's just a different mindset. Like, I kind of felt like you, Unsung, and I kind of still do, but whenever I talk to some people who are part of our community that play, like, pretty much exclusively on unfair, some people like that, like, they don't see the game in the same way. They see it more like a puzzle, and they're trying to fit these pieces together and figure out the way that the puzzle fits together, like with the building mechanics and everything else, for them to be able to solve the puzzle, which is actually like, defeating the game on unfair. And like, that's how they're looking at it. It's just a completely different mindset of how to
that's
play.
My point.
And
that's
I
point,
say, my point is, it's let's be all inclusive and accept, the way everybody likes to play the game.
No, I don't have fuck it. My way is the only way. Get out of here.
I don't have an issue with people playing that way at all. But I'm saying, like,
it's just not something that you do specifically.
Yes, that's all I'm saying. Yeah. And when I take things into consideration class-wise, like narratively, like I'm not going to be thinking about how it impacts an unfair run because you can't combine those two methods of thought together. Like, you can't be worried about how a class works narratively if you're playing unfair. Like, you just can't. There's no there's too many limitations.
That is extremely true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't have people can play unfair.
Now
People can play whatever they want.
I will
care.
have
I'm
to.
never going to do it.
I will have to mention we've gone for 2 out of our 3 hours, and we have 2 full classes to get through still.
Yeah, that's because I think we spent about half the time talking about things not related to the classes. I guess we just like to
and
talk
these
too
two
much.
both have one extra archetype over the ones that we've gone to, so we actually have more to get through in this last hour than we've already gone through.
All right, so I guess what you're saying is hurry the hell up.
Yeah,
Okay.
we kind of gotta crunch.
Oracle, here we go. Listen up, everybody. Divine Herbalist. Listen, if you want lore, nature, and potions, and the like oracles lay on hands, whatever thing, then it's fine. But Oracle, you can be so good at healing anyway that I don't think it needs a healing specific archetype. That's my opinion.
I feel like if you want to play a healer, like this is probably the best one in the game. Like if you really want that, like I'm a healer feel, like with the brewing your own potions and like role playing that. And the healer's way is like really effective early on. I've not played it through the entire game because we were playing on Last Aslanti mode whenever we played our Divine Herbalist, but it was extremely effective in the first 2 chapters until we wiped. It was nice to have. It's definitely not like super powerful. You can always just throw in an extra rest or whatever if you need to heal, but it is pretty nice. And if you want to like go play a healer, I would say go with this. But yeah, there's not a super like a ton of power here or anything that makes it like way better than any other class.
I think it's good. I just think like a regular oracle can also be like a really effective healer, so it just doesn't make too much of a difference.
Yeah.
But
one thing that we probably should mention is that this will like with lay on hands, because that's basically going to be the comparison point, right? Versus this was it Healer's Way.
It does
with
also
lay on
get
hands,
like
you have to choose what types of conditions that lay on hands can potentially heal, right? Whereas this, unless I'm reading it incorrectly, will just heal any of these. There's just a chance that it will fail.
Yeah, it's a DC rather than a
guarantee
selection.
Yeah. But it's more like flexible, I guess. Because it's just all of them.
If you're a healer oracle, you should really only have charisma anyway, so just boost that DC up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I can see it being really effective for sure.
Yeah,
it is.
That's something that I missed when I was reading through it this morning, and I just wanted to point it out because it is something that could be easily missed.
And 7th level's not too late to get those either.
No, like being able to just remove anything basically with a DC check.
You know what's hella annoying about this? Because I hadn't even given this part of it much consideration, the master healing technique thing here, because in my playthrough I didn't really get much farther past this. Anyways, it has everything except for freaking curses, which is the one thing I wanted to have. So that's a little bit annoying. Because I was thinking, this could be used to remove that Belful polymorph effect that I always get at the end of Act 4 from Baphomet. But no, it didn't work on curses, so never mind. It's like because DC 35 is way lower than the DC of his Belful polymorph, but it doesn't include curse. So anyway.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point.
Yeah, it's easy. Just kill him before he touches you.
Yeah, easy. Just don't do the thing.
Yeah,
just don't allow him to do the thing. Just trip him with your mastodon.
Yeah. I'll be sure to do that next time.
Yeah, just do that.
Right.
Just guarantee your mastodon's rolls.
Been great for role playing, and if you want a straight up healer, then sure. But not a whole lot of like real like extreme power. So yeah.
Enlightened philosopher. This
one pisses me off.
Better skill. Honestly, it potentially can be a better skill monkey than a bard if you build it right.
The one problem is its limited class skills.
Yeah, but there's ways around it.
I'd like to hear how it can be a better skill monkey than a bard. Maybe it shouldn't piss me off. Maybe there's something.
I mean, I
can,
guess knowledge
realize
monkey
about it.
is more accurate.
I was gonna say this mental
But you
acuity
have-
thing really pisses me off.
You have all of the knowledge skills, and you can stack charisma and start a little bit of intelligence, and then have really good intelligence by the end of it as well. And then I'd say the main downside is that you only get ancestor mystery.
Oh,
you can't
really? I
choose
missed
your
that.
It doesn't show it, but when you click any of these mysteries, they all only have the spell list from an ancestor. The spell list is
What?
only from ancestor.
That's funny.
No matter which one you click on, so it's just ancestor. Unless that's like a bug that they fixed when I played it, but last time I played it, that's how it was.
Weird.
You're talking about the mysteries?
You get all mysteries, but all spells besides level 1 are ancestral. Okay. Sure, but the ancestor
Weird.
spell list is like the worst one in my opinion. But whatever.
Wait, what? When did they change that? Because I did a build video on this thing. Of course, it was in beta, so they definitely could have changed it. But with the flame mystery, and we definitely got the flame spells in the build. Like,
not with Enlightened Philosopher. If you
all
build,
right, we don't have enough time to go into that. But okay.
So potentially could be limited to ancestor mystery.
Yeah, if you look at this, I'm on the mysteries right now, and the first spell is different, but all the rest are like Owl's Wisdom, Remove Blindness, Confusion, True Seeing, yada yada yada. They all, yeah. Also, you forget that like each mystery has skills that they add to their class list, so you can make up a pretty good bit of difference. You won't get all of the skills like a bard would, but you can get a few. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Get skill focused knowledge world, so that's fun.
This mostly just pisses me off because the mental acuity should just like increase your intelligence so that you actually get skill points from it, and then I feel like it would be worth it, but it doesn't do that. So just having a really good knowledge world and knowledge arcana like check is, I don't know.
Oh, it sucks. I mean, and I guess that does fit in with how inherent bonuses. It would work
that way, and it didn't.
Yeah, but that does.
I'm saying for it to be good though, like that's how, or worth it. I feel like that's how it should be.
Yeah, but that does fit in with how inherent bonuses work otherwise in this game. Like whenever you use one of the books, so it does make sense that it doesn't give you the extra.
I get
points.
that, but
yeah.
It does suck that it doesn't, but
all I'm saying, my trickster was an enlightened philosopher, and all 4 of my knowledge and lore skills were above 50 before I like went into the abyss.
That's a trickster though.
Trickster doesn't have like innate knowledge bonuses that I
does
recall.
it not? I don't remember.
Bonuses. They have innate skill bonuses. They get +3 to all skills, like as one of their. Actually, that's
if you choose the first. It's like if you choose those beginning abilities. But
oh yeah, that's what it is.
That's not trickster. Yeah. That's not trickster specific though.
It's trickster themed. It's trickster inspired.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
so. Final revelation though. Failed. You get a level 2 paladin ability at level 20. Congratulations.
What?
You get the bonus to saving throws on charisma.
Yep.
You get it's literally a level 2 paladin ability at level 20.
No, look, once per day, should you die, 1 round after you die,
that's really good.
As a living example.
I know. I'm just talking shit.
That's the part.
That part's really good. Yes. That part's really good.
That's the part why I wanted to build an enlightened philosopher, and then it all went to hell whenever the mental acuity wasn't working right, and then you don't get to level 20 until you're already at the end of the game anyways, and it's just like, okay, this sucks.
Being able to take 20 on all knowledge skill checks I don't know how useful that is in the main game. It's been a long time
Not
since I played
useful
it.
by that point.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Because
I feel like that's
Yeah.
probably not useful
your
that
knowledge
much.
is already gonna be fucking stacked. Anyway.
Yeah. And you are immune to a lot of different conditions: confusion, exhaustion, fatigue, nausea, and sickened.
Yeah.
But also, it's fucking level 20. You're gonna have ways to deal with that stuff regardless.
I loved playing Enlightened Philosopher personally. I loved having high charisma and high intelligence and a reason to use both of them. So
I mean, that's fair.
Okay.
I'm just speaking about this ability specifically. I feel like
No, yeah.
the only part of this that's like super good is the last bit, which is very, very good. Just a get out of death free card is really nice. But like it's like, oh hey, you hit level 20, here's a level 2 paladin ability.
Oh,
And
I
some
feel like
other
it's-
things that paladins are also immune to at much lower levels.
I feel like it's got a lot of flavor and definitely awesome from a role playing perspective. And maybe I'm a little bit biased because I went in expecting things to work one way and they worked another. But yeah,
Yeah, you
I
got
don't
that.
like it very much. I would say that about everything else is better in some way at something, and your knowledge and uh, lore skills. It's just so easy to get those so high with so many other party members that I feel like having them on your main character just isn't super effective to have. Um, and yeah, that's how I feel about Enlightened Philosopher. Um, we didn't. Oh yeah, we did. Never mind. I was gonna say we didn't rank the druid archetypes, but we did. So
Yeah,
never mind.
we might not have been like this one, this one, this one, this one, but we kind of like
Yeah.
mentioned them
Yeah,
as
did.
we went through.
Did.
All right.
Lone Strider.
It's cool.
You get a bonus to your movement speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a pretty hefty bonus to AC versus the first attack of opportunity per round.
10th
And
level, you get teleport as a move action.
yeah, you get a DD for free, basically.
And then at 7th level, you get 1 round as a free action blur. If there's no one near
It
you.
is. You can use it a number of times per day equal to your Oracle level.
Yeah.
So yeah, 20% at
14.
level 7, 50% at level 14.
Though this Oracle is just really good at getting out of situations where they're like surrounded by people. That's
Yeah.
kind of the idea.
Yeah, very mobile, very hard to pin down.
You do have here's the trade-off. You have less mysteries to choose from,
Ancestor life, nature, waves, stone.
but most of these are some of the good ones anyway. So
All right. Can I just say garbage, or does somebody think that's not true here? Like
I wouldn't say complete garbage. I mean, you're only giving up 2 revelations to do it.
Yeah, but what are you really getting in return?
Well,
Dimension
I mean,
door.
when I build out Darren, I can't even pick 5 revelations that are good for him anyway. So
Yeah, but I mean, you also have to wait. Like, you're only getting 1 revelation before level 11. So it's not just how many you're getting, but
Yeah,
like
it's
how fast
when you're getting
them.
them. I can understand that. Yeah, you're vastly delaying when you get your revelations.
So if there's 3 good ones that you want, well, you're not going to have all 3 of those until level 15. Or if there's 2, you won't have both of those till level 11. I don't know. I
And
just feel like that.
I do kind of agree. I can see both points of view because you are very mobile. You do get but like the dimension door, you also don't get it until level 10. This one is very, very like this one is like, okay, if you're like, all right, I tend to get my backline attacked a lot, I will
Yeah.
choose this Oracle.
yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with choosing it, but I wouldn't call it garbage.
But like, if you protect your backline better, this one is basically redundant.
If we come up with all of these exceptions, you can do that for almost every archetype.
Well, like, no, what I'm saying is, like, this one is basically, you take this if you're bad at positioning your party. And you have to panic and reposition your casters quickly. And even then, it's only this guy. You
Or
can't
maybe
take
think
other
that
people.
just having some extra like mobility is like more fun play style or whatever. I mean,
But like the super fun mobility thing, you don't get until level 10. You don't get the teleport until halfway through the game. You basically at level 1, you're faster by 10 feet, which means that this guy's going to run faster and get into combat. So he's going to be, if you're not careful, you'll run him into enemies before you run anybody else into them.
I'll concede not garbage. I'll say very not good.
I would say incredibly niche. I personally don't really see a party that I would want this character to be.
I don't see it as good or bad. I just think it's a thing that you choose if you want it or not. Like, I don't think it's necessarily better or worse. It just depends on like what you, if you
The
want
delay
the
on
abilities or not.
Revelations really hurts it, though, I think.
Yeah, I think it does too. And
Like,
I mean,
it takes
I don't know how
it takes a
you
long
call-
time for this character to get up and running, I think.
That's relying a lot on the revelations, though.
Well, like, not necessarily, because like even the things that you get in return for losing those, you get a massive bonus to AC against the first attack of opportunity at level 5. But like I said, you don't get the teleport until level 10, which is 1 level before you get your second revelation. So you're not really getting a whole lot from this class in the first 10 levels. You do get the concealment. And that is a free action, so that's nice. But like I said,
I mean,
this guy seems to be very reactionary to my healer, or my oracle gets attacked a lot when I don't want him to. That's how I see this particular archetype.
Sure.
It's very confusing.
I just the times that I've played Oracle, I haven't found more than like 1 or 2 revelations to be useful for any given Oracle character. So
but how useful is what he's getting here? Like, really, like, how useful is what he's actually getting? Like,
but that's not that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not. I'm not calling it bad or good. I'm calling it. Do you want these instead of the revelations? Then choose it. If you'd rather have the revelations, then don't. It's just a preference choice.
Okay, but we can say that about anything, like Angel Fire Apostle. Which
I will say, in my opinion,
if you want the extra spell slots, choose it. But if you don't want the extra spell slots, then don't choose it.
I would say that this one is worse because of how slow it is to get anything.
I would say it's probably
because like if you're going for a healer, you get like your first revelation at level 3 is channel energy, right? You would have to take channel energy if you're going to make this guy into a healer. If you're not, then you have other options. But like there are, there's definitely more than 2 revelations that I would like. And the fact that you don't get your second one until level 11, that's really late. To get like a core aspect of your class.
Yeah, Igor says it. He says, yeah, like most mysteries besides like maybe nature and battle have at most 2 revelations that are like decent or good to choose. Like Darren, I choose those first. Like he already has the.
He already has channel,
and then I choose. There's like one other one that I always choose, and the rest of them I just go down the list because I don't care about any of them.
Yeah, but then like you could get second mystery as a mythic, and then take second mystery, you could get an animal companion. With a nature mystery, or get the Nature's Whispers revelation, right?
I guess so.
Like
I can see that too.
It does limit how quickly you can get the kind of strength that you would like to have on a character. Like the final revelations, if you're out of options, then you're out of options, but you still have the stuff that you want at that point. With this one, you can't get the stuff that you want until much later. Even if there's only 2 good options, you're not getting that second option until, like, when do you usually hit level 11? in this game. Like, it's after Dresden. Like, would you really want to go all the way through Dresden and then even later without even getting a second revelation in your character?
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I consider this to be like a little bit worse than Angel Fire Apostle, sure, but I'm not gonna say this is as bad as like True Defender of the True World or Face Speaker. Those are literally worthless. Like, there's no reason to ever want to do either of those two things instead of being a druid. But for this one, I can see a situation like Angel Fire Apostle where you would want to maybe just choose it instead of dealing with whatever. I'm just saying it's not like as garbage as like some of the ones we've thrown away.
I can agree with that sentiment. I just thought if we're putting it in like the same tier as Angel Fire Apostle, I'm good with that.
I would agree. I would say it's worse than Angel
that
Fire.
being put in the garbage tier.
I would say it's worse than Angel Fire.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So,
all right, fine. We're in agreement here. After
right. It's bad. The amount of bad is debatable, but it is bad.
It's bad, but if you like it, then it's good.
All right. Possessed Oracle. Darren, basically.
Yeah. Darren, basically.
Well, what he should have been, but
who doesn't love Darren?
I don't like him personally. He's
down
very
bad
good.
For Darren.
I hate him.
Hashtag down bad for Darren.
I don't like him personally, but he's very good. He's definitely better than Social if you're taking one of the two. Like, so, mechanically.
Possessed Oracle. It's Powerless Prophecy, which, in my opinion, is the best prophecy. And then you trade one revelation for bonuses to mind-affecting effects.
Like Powerless Prophecy, really?
Yeah, it's a bonus to initiative. Hello.
Yeah, but you gotta like skip your first turn, don't you? I don't know.
You're just staggered.
No, you're staggered for your first turn, so you either move or you cast, and usually
getting +4 to initiative and then improved uncanny dodge. And then +4 bonus to saving throws and to your AC the first round of combat. Like, that's... Some of the prophecies suck. Like, that's a pretty good prophecy.
Also, there are ways to get around that staggered. Just freedom of movement and you're good.
Bad. Yeah, for some reason I was thinking that you lost your entire first turn.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So the question here is, do you think that a revelation is worth giving up for mind-affecting effects? I would probably say no. A +2 and then eventually +4 saving throw to mind-affecting effects, I don't think it's worth giving up a revelation for it.
Agreed.
But that's just my opinion.
Agreed.
Literally, this does nothing else besides that.
Yeah, it limits your curse.
Well, I mean, if you want a different Powerless Prophecy.
Yeah, if you want a different curse, then obviously you can't take this.
Powerless Prophecy, like there's also that. But I do agree that Powerless Prophecy is better than I was thinking of it in my mind. For some reason, I thought you were.
I just think, like, besides roleplay wise for your own personal narrative, what's the point in choosing this archetype at all? Like, it's not even that different. There's not really a big change.
Yeah, there's not much at all.
That's crazy to me. Why it was even implemented at all is insane.
Maybe it was implemented just for
Darren.
Story. They thought it was really cool.
But Darren's not Darren's just an oracle.
No, he's a possessed oracle.
Is he?
Yeah.
He better be.
You get him at level 3. That's why he's
got
got his first revelation already.
He damn well better be.
I didn't think he wasn't. Igor said that he wasn't.
Then if he's not, then he has
Give me a second.
No reason.
I thought Igor was saying they didn't do it to avoid spoilers that he was possessed.
Guess that would make sense.
Yeah, Darren's base oracle.
We will see. Is he?
Pretty sure he does have the Powerless Prophecy though. I could have sworn he was base.
Loading in. It's taking forever.
All right, so I'd say basically then, I mean, as long as you don't need a revelation for your build early on, like, and you do want to use Powerless Prophecy, then this is probably better than like the base Oracle. But if you do need a revelation early on for whatever build you're going for, or you don't want to use Powerless Prophecy, then don't use this. Otherwise, it's
Darren totally can't be this, because if you think about it, well, actually, I don't know. He could,
because you get him at level 3.
Yeah, so he could
no, he is just base Oracle. He is just base Oracle. All right,
there you go. Darren is based, confirmed.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
he's not a
he
possessed
is not.
oracle.
He is not possessed, except he
a
is.
possessed oracle. Just he's a
He's possessed, but he's not.
not a
Don't worry about it.
possessed oracle.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, stupid. All right.
Yeah, it's real
okay.
weird.
Oracle Purifier.
Um,
Sacred Scourge, channel holy power to harm evil outsiders, which is a huge portion of the enemies of this game.
yeah, but you lose your healing spells, I believe.
You're also a heavy armor. No, you just lose the
You lose the additional spells. In addition to the spells gained by oracles as they gain levels, each oracle also adds either the cure or inflict spells to their list of spells known. That is something that you lose. So I don't know if they're on their normal spell list and you could just choose them.
I'm pretty sure
regardless. But that is, that's free spells that you're losing.
I think isn't it just losing the ability to like. No, that's weird. That is weird because they're on like a divine caster spell list. That's bizarre.
Also, you lose 3 revelations in a row. So you get 1 at level 1, and then the next one you get is fucking level 15. That's really late.
The point of this one is to use your holy power and your celestial armor to fight, not to use the revelation abilities.
Yeah.
I honestly think it's a heavy armor, more combative oracle, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess you could build this as I mean, obviously it's meant to be a melee fighter.
Yeah. I think there's definitely a way to build it and have it be effective compared to just possessed or lone strider.
The armor training, you get heavy armor, you get armor training, you get the sacred scourge, which also that doesn't require you to be close to the person. It's it's the same range as a normal channel energy.
Eater requires touch.
Yeah, but that's also this is more of a healing effect, isn't it? You're removing a curse or emotion effect. Very rarely do the enemies buff themselves. Also an enchantment, which, also is usually a negative. So, this would be, somebody gets hit with, Baleful Polymorph. You can eat that Baleful Polymorph. And then you're sickened for 1d4 rounds.
I mean, I'm not going to say that it's as effective as, a regular oracle, but I'm going to say that there is a way to build it to where it's not as useless as a lone strider or possessed oracle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that.
It's just... Yeah.
But right now, besides Divine Herbalist being a healer and Enlightened Philosopher, in my opinion, being fun, Oracle is still the best.
Yeah, the base class is coming out on top thus far.
Oracle's just so good, dude. It's so good.
Yeah. It's hard to do it.
Purifier, if you want to be a little bit more melee focused.
Yeah.
I guess because the armor training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, armor training is good. But
yeah.
Armor
training is
losing that many revelations hurts a lot.
Next one is Seeker. If you're gonna be,
I actually have a Seeker in my current.
Isn't Seeker's elf only, right?
I believe so.
So if you want to be an elf and you want to be an oracle, I think Seeker's better than base oracle. In my opinion.
No, Seeker is not necessarily elf
only. Yeah, it's not elf only.
Yeah,
I thought there was.
No, you can literally hit next, and it'll show you that you can choose any race.
Yeah.
Which one? Well, there's 7 archetypes here, which means one of them is race only. Then
what?
I thought each class only had.
I don't
they all have 7 archetypes.
No.
They
Druid and Cleric both have 6.
Then what the fuck is going on?
Don't worry about it.
They all should have had the same number of archetypes, I thought.
Maybe
Purifier is Aasimar only. That's why.
Okay.
Thank you, Igor. Thank you. Well, there you
It
go.
didn't
Even
change
more
because
reason
I'm on the base portrait, which defaults to Aasimar.
There you go. Me too.
Okay, so Oracle Seeker, you lose your level 3 and your level 15 revelation to get trap finding, which gives you a bonus per half your level in trickery checks. And you also get three
bonus spell
caster
feats.
bonus feats.
I
Caster
like
specific.
it.
You're going to be a casting oracle? Hell yes.
Yes,
is the way
this
to
is
go.
really
Yeah.
good.
All the way.
I also, if you really need a healer for Midnight Isles and you don't have a trickery person yet to unlock chests,
There you go.
Yeah,
that's literally why I chose this, because I needed a trickery person, and I had run into a trap, a fireball trap, and like half my party was at like 1 health by the end of the very first island, and I was like, okay, I need a healer. I'm hurting real bad.
I agree with you. That's why we used the Seeker in one of our playthroughs there, because we needed one early on, and it gives you a healer. It gives you somebody that if they have to, they can tank a hit or something because their AC isn't that bad. Starting out.
Yeah, because you want to get your dex up as well.
And it gives you somebody that can pick locks and trap find, and it's really good class for Treasure of the Midnight Isles for sure, especially early on.
And even if you, so I have a vivisectionist as well in my party that was my trickery person for most of it after that, and my oracle just passed him in trickery checks because of the level bonuses, despite me not at all focusing on dex for this character, and very much focusing entirely on dex on that vivisectionist.
And one of the revelations you lose is all the way level 15, so
so you're not losing a bunch of early ones, which vastly delays your ability to build the oracle.
Very good archetype here.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I like it a lot. The first one that I would say is objectively better than the base.
Next one is Wind Whisperer. I'm just gonna say this: if you want to do the Wind Mystery, I think Wind Whisperer is better than base Oracle. You give up
in that specific circumstance. I could see that. I can agree with that.
You give up a couple of revelations, but it's level 7 and level 15, so you still get your level 1 and 3 early on.
Yeah,
and
then you get things immediately. Like it's an immediate swap with another ability. It's not like it's exactly the other ability is also delayed super late or anything like that.
So, I mean, do I recommend being a Wind Mystery Oracle? No. But if you want to, this is the way to do it.
Yeah. Now, to be like a bit of a devil's advocate against this one, the duration of the abilities that you get in return for those revelations is rounds equal to your charisma modifier.
True.
So even freedom of movement, you only get for rounds equal to your charisma modifier.
But if you think about it, like haste is something like you'll never get as an oracle regardless. So
yeah,
the option is like not having it or having it for rounds.
I mean, not necessarily, because like even if you don't have another character in your party that can learn haste for whatever reason, you can buy scrolls whatever version of the game. You can buy a scroll of haste, and as long as you have somebody with
allocation of resources.
Yeah.
Essentially,
it's a little bit weird,
but it's like
I could see AoE freedom of movement coming in clutch. Like, say for whatever reason you're an idiot and you sell all of your remove paralysis potions, and then you get hit by a mass icy prison, and oops, a whole lot of people in your party are fucked. You could just hit freedom of the wind. If you're level 15, obviously, and
you're not currently paralyzed.
Yeah, and this character is somehow the one person that's not paralyzed.
I'll agree. If for some reason you want to take the wind mystery there, then sure, the Wind Whisperer better than the base Oracle.
Yeah.
Although probably still not better than Seeker, even if you want to take the wind mystery, but yeah.
I'm trying to look at the revelations for Wind, and honestly, like there's only like
those two. Yeah.
Like air barrier and vortex spells are the only two that I would really ever like take.
Yeah.
Air barrier for sure is pretty good.
Also,
And
I didn't realize
that's it.
just how good Friend to Animals was. Just talking about Revelations for a minute. Friend to Animals is so much better than I thought it was. I thought it was just you get the summon Nature's Ally spells. It also gives your charisma to saves to all animal companions in your party.
Yep.
It's so good. Because animal companions, like, their will saves tend to be pretty bad.
Yeah.
So being able to get those up so that they don't get confused and eat your party or something is pretty damn good.
So
Agreed.
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, like if you want to be a combative oracle, battle is better. I also like
I
stone
didn't actually know
and
that.
like nature, stone, and waves are also better mysteries in wind because like icy armor and some of like the more defensive abilities that stone and waves have are really really good compared to the wind ones. But nature is definitely one of the strongest.
Okay, Igor also just pointed out that the
incredibly good.
level 20 nature mystery also allows you to be treated as a animal. So you would also get that bonus.
Like animal growth then?
I would assume that you would also be able
Could
to use
someone
animal
cast
growth.
that on you?
I would assume so. If you're considered an animal at that point, then
That'd be so. What?
I mean, like if you're using a caster oracle, that doesn't matter that much. But I mean, if you're a
Yeah.
melee oracle for some
But it'd be
reason,
funny as hell.
yeah. I mean, fuck it.
I dig that.
You also get the bonuses from the animal bard performance. Huh.
That's
So, yeah,
cool. That's a cool combo there.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah. Yeah. So Wind Whisper. If you want to be a Wind Oracle, sure. Don't be a Wind Oracle. Disclaimer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
agree.
very, very niche. This is very, very niche. But
Yeah. Still not as bad as Possessed or Lone Strider though. Give you
No.
that. I'll give you that.
No. All right, can we get through Shaman in 20 minutes? What do you guys think?
I could.
I know
All right,
nothing
let's do it
about
quick.
shamans.
I have played through all of these shaman archetypes because I have wanted to build like a really, really good shaman, and some of the like possessed what is it? Unsworn shaman and possessed shaman for a while both like it didn't work the way they were supposed to. And I don't think unsworn, I don't even know if it still doesn't work or not. But
Igor, shaman, everything sucks.
So
let me read to you the extent of my notes on shaman. Shaman base has a spirit and hexes.
It's pretty insightful there.
Stop.
Good job.
End notes. I was literally like falling asleep as I was getting to shaman this morning. I was not a conscious human.
Really like shaman. I think you can make some pretty good combat casty characters with a shaman because of their proficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some good like defensive hexes as well. So base shaman is fine. I don't think it's as powerful as like Oracle or Cleric are in its own right compared to its archetypes.
Fair enough.
Possessed is really cool if you just want more skill flexibility. You get to pick 2 skills that you use wisdom for instead of your other attributes.
Interesting.
Which is cool. And then you get Crowded Vessels, just like a defense against charm or compulsion, whatever. And then you get Wandering Skills, where once per day, you get to choose the skill and then treat it as if you have a number of ranks in it equal to your level, as if you've been putting ranks into it. So you can like just choose a skill to kind of boost like all the way up for the day.
Obviously,
and you can change
it can't
every
go
day.
over your cap.
Yeah, but you can change it every day. Like that's some skill flexibility that I really enjoy playing.
That is actually pretty cool. I do like that. I have not seen anything like that thus far in my game.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. Like, if you know you're gonna go through like a dungeony place and you just want like a good bonus to trickery or something, and you need a trickery person for the day, then like do it, kind of thing.
To note, it does not make them class skills.
No, it doesn't. You'll miss out on the +3, but like a 3 of difference when you're putting all of your like ranks and like having the right stats bonuses items to it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
But,
and the only things that you give up Wandering Hex for Wandering Skills, and you give up your first level Hex for the Crowded Vessel. And
that's a pretty decent trade-off, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't like the Wandering Skills thing very much, but I'll agree that it's not too bad.
I could see, because like this is at level 6, so you're in Dresden at this point. At the very at least, or at most, I guess.
You could be before Dresden even.
Yeah.
Really?
I think even in the speed run, I was level 6 at Dresden.
I get to level 7 or 8 when I get to Dresden.
I have never gotten past level 6 going to Dresden, and like I've never been level 6 at the start of Dresden. Like I hit level 6 in Dresden if I've done absolutely everything else. We're talking like dozens of playthroughs.
I might be misremembering. Like it's been a while since I played through the normal campaign of this game.
No, I'm pretty sure I go through like the end of level 7 to level 9 in Dresden.
Are you talking about chapter 2, the end of chapter 2?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we were talking about the beginning of the end of chapter 1.
No, that's Canopus.
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah. You're thinking. Okay, I was about to say, how are you?
My bad. I got confused. Yeah,
okay.
Garrison is what I was thinking. I'm sorry. Yeah, usually I'm like level 10. Yeah, whenever I finish.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm pretty sure I was level 6 when I was going through there.
Yeah, I'm like level 9 or 10 at the end of Dresden.
So like, this is if you're in this is the point where you've lost Woljif. So suddenly, if you're not using Camellia, or if you haven't been building her to be a trickery person, you suddenly don't have somebody to unlock chests. Like that's been a problem for me in a couple of in my playthroughs. Was I suddenly didn't have somebody to unlock shit.
And at the very least, by default, you can always put it into some other passive skill that is just good to have,
like perception or something.
Yeah. But I
that's probably where I would have it.
Taking away Wandering Hex to give it though, I think is a way better trade-off. I don't think Wandering Hex is as it's not that great of an ability.
No, I agree. Wandering Hex sucks. I was just saying that I don't like Wandering Skills very much either. I don't know. I like to know what I have and know that everything's taken care of. And I like
and when you have a full party and you get everybody back, then Wandering Skills is going to be
would be a lot better in the tabletop, or
for sure.
With shared skill, you can make it to where trickery is also a wisdom-based skill for you. And then
there is also that part where you can convert any skill to wisdom.
You can do 2 skills to wisdom. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, there's some nice synergy there.
Cool.
I'd probably
you need to cast a scroll, and you don't have anybody with UMD yet.
Yeah, I think trickery and UMD are good. If you really wanted persuasion, you could do trickery and persuasion. You could also do both of the knowledges if you wanted.
Is Wandering Skills a third wisdom skill?
I would definitely do UMD.
Or is
it does. It uses wisdom modifier.
Well, no, I'm saying is this a third skill that you get to boost up to your, level in ranks? Because you get the 2 shared. Is this replacing one of those 2, or is this adding a third? That's my question.
Hold on.
Because the way that it's worded, it doesn't say.
I think it's in addition.
I think it seems to be in addition to. Not...
It's an addition.
Yeah, I think it's an addition.
It's a third one.
So that's really strong.
That's crazy, right?
Being able to change 3 specific skills to wisdom,
and also give him full ranks.
Yeah. This one could be a very good, like, skill monkey character, potentially.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you lose out on the class skills. You don't get that +3. That is true. But this one could fill in the gaps of skills, especially early on. Could fill in gaps in your party. You know, you wouldn't need to take one of the trickery people in your party if you didn't want to for some reason. This would make it so that you could be that without having to be a rogue or, you know, another, you know, high trickery or high dex character. I could see this being pretty versatile and pretty decent, honestly.
Yeah. I like it just over base shaman.
I would definitely take this over base shaman.
Yeah. 100%.
For sure.
Don't know if I would take it over base shaman all the time, but yeah, if I needed a skill monkey type character that could also hex, then I would say yes. Yeah, but I mean, it's definitely not bad at all, and I can see it definitely can be very useful with some party builds. So I'll give it a thumbs up.
Yep. Also, Unsung, you said that you could get us through in 20 minutes. We've gone through the first of the archetypes.
I could have if I was doing it and you guys weren't chiming in. That's what.
Oh, like, okay. So we just gotta shut the fuck up, I guess, huh?
My video on shamans is literally like around 20 minutes. Like I could do this whole thing, but you guys wouldn't get to talk.
Yeah. Well, Shadow Shaman.
It's shaman with sneak attack.
You get stealth as a class skill. You get to give yourself blur for 1 minute. Number of times equal to your charisma mod.
And then you get displacement, and then you get greater invisibility on top of displacement.
Yep.
And the displacement lasts a minute. Like it's like a.
To be fair, at 9th level, that's actually a nerf because you would actually have 90 seconds. Right? Or no?
Yeah, but I guess like you don't get displacement.
No. I'm sorry. You would have 54 seconds at 9th level. You would have 60 at 10th. So once you get past 10th level, you would actually have a lower duration displacement. But
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is you're doing less stuff with spirits and hexes and more sneaking around and stabbing people. Like if you wanted to be a rogue with a full shaman spell list, without as many rogue abilities instead, then that's what this is.
This is also not full sneak attack.
No, it's not.
It is a slower sneak attack progression, but there are ways to mitigate that. You know, the accomplished sneak attacker, yada yada.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
If you want all the spells, all the buffs, and you want to get in some extra damage, like I feel like this is good if you plan on just using the hexes, maybe for like boss battles or emergency situations, but not all the time. And then you get the extra damage, like you know, against most enemies just from doing full round attacks and whatnot.
Yeah.
I really like it. I know that
I would say that this is a really good archetype.
Other guys here really like it. Yeah, I think it's really good. Definitely one of the better.
You're only missing out on one hex and the wandering stuff, the wandering spirit and the 2 wandering hexes. Anyways. Yeah, like I can pass on those and be perfectly fine. I actually really like this archetype.
I enjoy it.
I would probably take this as my default, unless I was going for something specific. I would probably go Shadow Shaman.
Several people in the chat that agree with you over here. Pondor.
Yeah. Good.
All right. Next one is Spirit Hunter.
You lose your familiar.
You get an object bond, which honestly, you know.
And you get the Magus ability.
Yeah, you get Spirit weapon enhancement instead of wandering stuff. So, if you really want to be good with a weapon instead of dealing with wandering spirit stuff, then you choose this.
I feel I don't know if I would prefer this or I feel like I would prefer the sneak attack.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
too.
I agree.
I feel
I
like
agree.
I didn't really
I
ever
don't
like
like
the
this that much.
I don't like
Yeah.
the weapon enhancement ability from mages anyway, so
I mean, it could
Yeah,
be really, really
neither do
good.
I.
It could be really, really good. But
Oh, they do get object bond though. Like,
I mean,
Well,
I guess you
there
can
you
add
go.
keen to your weapon. So
I mean, like
no,
you're adding enhancement bonuses, and then you can trade those in for pretty good. Like it just allows you to enchant your weapon however you want.
yeah.
It's
not
pretty good.
bad.
It's
I
pretty good.
personally don't enjoy it that much.
I mean,
And I feel
Camellia
like
is a
I
spirit
would definitely
hunter.
prefer the yeah, I would definitely prefer the sneak attack.
I've never
damage.
gotten Camellia to a high enough level to care.
Yeah. But I mean, she uses a rapier, so adding keen on top of that's pretty nice.
Yeah, she's usually dead by the time I could get Keen, though.
Yeah, well, you're the one who killed her, so that's a choice.
Damn right it is. This is the correct
okay.
choice.
Next one is Spirit Warden. This one you get Restless Magic, which is like
I don't like any of those spells.
yeah, this is like a kill undead archetype, which in my video said was a throwaway class because you don't need to kill undead and be good at it in this game at all. So it doesn't matter. We
Plus
don't
2 on
care about killing
Intimidate.
undead.
Eh.
We
Yeah,
don't care about killing undead.
Damage
not a whole lot
undead,
of
channel
them,
positive instead of your
none of
first
them are that
hex.
difficult anyways. to
This is
beat.
Plus
this is
4
in my
saves.
common video I said throw away this archetype, we don't need it.
Yeah, this is bad. This is bad. I do not like this one. You lose 2 hexes to gain a plus 4 bonus against death effects, which, I mean, yes, it stacks with Death Ward, but meh. I feel like that's unnecessary. At
Yes,
level
and
10, at level 10, you're gonna have ways to get rid of negative levels and drain anyway with
Yeah.
restoration, so fuck it. And also you'll just have Death Ward as well. And then channel positive energy damage undead. Are you not gonna have one of the 2 channel energy people in your party anyway?
One of my other issues is that
Yeah,
a lot of the spells on the Restless Magic spell list are already on the Shaman's fucking spell list.
Oh, are they really?
Yes.
Oh my god.
oh well, that's nice.
You get a bonus to
Spirit
intimidate
Warden,
checks though if you want to make her
definitely.
your intimidator.
Wow.
Yeah, so
like
good.
seriously, like Sunburst, Foresight, those are already on there. Life Blast is already on there. Stupid.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so Spirit Warden garbage,
Yeah.
yes?
Yeah.
That one's garbage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Garbage.
All right, garbage pile, and we actually agreed on it this time.
It's
first time.
bad.
Hey, we agreed on all of the Druid ones. The next
Yeah,
one,
yeah, that's true.
Unsworn Shaman. Let
You
me
get a
tell
shitty
you,
spirit.
This archetype doesn't fucking work. You're supposed to be able to choose all these different spirits as you get them, and every time I have played a character with this class, it only lets me do one of my minor spirits. It won't let me choose from all of them. So I don't know if I'm reading it wrong or doing it wrong, but it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Igor says I think now it works.
Wait.
I would hope so, because if it does, it's actually really cool. But
Oh, never mind.
because it's basically like instead of getting the hexes, you basically just focus on using hexes that you would normally get from spirits, and you can just choose from those and have multiple of them in a day as you gain your unsworn spirits. So it's more of the spirit-related hexes than the regular hexes, which generally I think are a lot of them are better. There are some hexes you would miss out on, but a lot of the spirit ones are better.
But you don't get the better hexes. You never get access to the better hexes.
I mean, that's true. You also don't get Ice Plant, which you should always take Ice Plant, but I like it. I like the flexibility. I know Lorespire is not into that. He wants to like set in stone.
No, I don't know. I'd have to go through all the spirit hexes and see which ones are like really good or really crappy.
There are some cool ones for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I'm looking here, and it does kind of suck to miss out on Ice Plant. Do you miss out on the I don't know, the others like Slumber? Is that a spirit hex?
I'm pretty sure
I
the only
don't know.
hexes your spirits can choose from are from like the spirit hex. I don't think Slumber is a spirit hex.
And neither is the damn, I can't remember the name
Oh,
of it now.
literally
Yeah. Okay.
literally the people in my chat right now, Ponder, are saying, but like, which greater hexes are you even wanting to use anyway?
Well, that
Here's
was
the
my
thing.
thought. Most
I
of the
don't
greater
fucking
hexes
know. I
aren't
don't know
that
any of
good
these
anyways.
hexes. I don't know what they
Yeah.
are.
Because
They're
usually
pretty
like
bad.
Are
the
they?
greater hexes are just like the base hex or the regular hex, and then they add like a minor effect to it or something.
Oh, is that what that
And
does?
really,
Okay.
really, the only reason you're using the hex is for the base effect, anyways. That's why I was asking like which hexes do you actually get access to?
Gotcha.
So you just
Which
get access to all of the spirit ones, basically. That's it.
Yeah. So
Which
yeah,
is a
I was
lot
I
of
was
them.
literally I wasn't saying, "Oh man, this is bad because you don't get your major or grand hexes." I was just saying, "Hey, here's a note. You do not get access to those at all in this."
Yes.
I was not saying that was good or bad because, like I said, I fell asleep before I got to the shaman, so I don't know shit about hexes. I never paid attention to the hexes that I was taking with like Ember when I was speedrunning this game, because they were basically not something that I cared about. I never used them.
So it says here, Unsworn Shaman forms temporary bond with a minor spirit each day, granting her access to a shaman or witch hex of her choosing, but not a major hex or grand hex. Until she
Yeah.
changes the minor spirit, she continues to have access to the shaman or witch hex. At second level, she can instead select a hex from one of her wandering spirits selected for the day. And then she keeps like gaining more like hexes at a
Yeah,
time.
she gets up to 6 different spirits.
This description in no way indicates whether those are spirit only hexes or not, but that's my assumption from my experience playing in this class. I'm pretty sure I only chose from spirit oriented hexes, not default hexes.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I can't say
Well,
for sure what it would be.
if it gives you spirit only hexes, then yeah, I kind of don't like it because I feel like you're going to be missing out on too many of the really good ones. If it still gives you access to the default hexes, and the only thing it's locking you out of is like the grand hexes or whatever, like the those, then yeah, this is way better than the base because those are mostly garbage anyways. Um, and it gives you a lot more versatility. So I guess we would have to maybe play it to find out, which we don't have time to do right now. So
Nope.
maybe an update on that one later.
Yeah, I'll
I don't know.
check it out,
That's
Igor,
how I feel
and
about it.
see if it's actually true or not. But I'm pretty sure. But I don't know. I don't know. Yeah,
Oh,
I like the flexibility of it, but yeah.
we got another.
Okay.
The next one up is a
Half orc.
Wildland
race
Shaman.
specific.
Yeah.
Half orcs only.
Yes.
Half orc only.
You're a
And
battle shaman with an animal companion.
this is definitely the best shaman. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, animal companion, obviously best shaman.
Yeah. I mean, you don't lose any of your hexes, and you get a freaking animal companion. Like an animal companion's got to be worth 3 or 4 hexes, and you don't lose any of them.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. You
And
lose your
Not
familiar.
more.
Fuck it. I'd rather.
Yeah. Who cares about the goddamn spirit? Excuse my language.
How dare
I
you
definitely
fucking say
don't.
something like that? Oh my god, I can't believe
and
you would do that.
being a battle shaman means that you get battle master, which gets you weapon specialization, greater weapon focus, as well. Fighter
Ooh.
feats.
There you go. Yep. Also very nice. Also very nice. But yeah, to me, this is definitely the best shaman.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, between Shadow Shaman and Wildland Shaman, I was going to say that Shadow Shaman was going to be my default. Now I'm not so sure. I definitely think that I would go with Wildland Shaman.
I don't like playing as a half orc, but if you do, then I think it's the default to go to.
Oh really? I like half orc a lot.
I don't like strength based characters. Period.
Ooh.
It doesn't represent me in real life. It makes me
Ooh.
uncomfortable.
The whole point of playing a game is
Look-
to be somebody different.
No, I want to be myself in the context of the fantasy world.
Oh, that's boring.
How dare you have a playstyle?
I get to make choices that I would normally do, but
I like playing
Yeah.
different class. Like, I definitely enjoy playing different classes. I did not realize that this shaman existed. I like it. I like it a lot.
I don't have big muscles, so I don't play characters with big muscles. I'm a twig.
All right. Well, then we have Witch Doctor.
That's why I play as Terry. He is good at everything, therefore I can be whatever I want.
I heard you racist. Not all orcs are strong. I don't think I can get in trouble for making a positive assumption about the orcs.
I don't know.
That seems
It's like saying-
counterintuitive.
That's like saying all Asians are good at math. That's kind of racist.
I swear, I immediately thought of the South Park where they said even positive stereotypes like all Asians are good at math are negative for society. Something to that effect. Like that was literally what came to mind when. Anyways, moving on.
Not a big deal.
Death-
They're not
Death Camp of
real.
Tolerance.
Guys,
Hilarious
anybody that's
episode,
getting
by the way.
offended in because of the orcs, they're not real.
Also, biologically speaking, half orcs are innately stronger than people. So
Rude. Sure, that's racist and I'm offended.
Yeah.
Ignore what I just said.
Zach, you're totally right. Baseline weak orc is still stronger than strong human, weak human. Yeah.
Presumptuous of you.
Got him.
Anyway, Witch Doctor, you get channel
Witch
positive
Doctor,
energy. Or you get channel
it's a
energy.
Heal, yeah, it's a heal shaman.
Yeah.
You also get you can also cast dispel magic or remove curse spontaneously at a certain point.
You forfeit a magic spell higher than 3rd level, gain a +2
Yeah,
for every spell level higher than 3rd that she
so you all know what I'm
sacrifices.
thinking.
I was gonna say, like, you keep talking about that baleful polymorph.
Yeah, that's exactly.
seems
what I'm
like it would be
thinking.
pretty
I'm
good to
trying
deal
do
with
the
it.
math in my head. Like, can I beat a 55 DC with this?
Ooh.
Because there's no way in hell I can with any other character that I've ever tried.
Oh.
Tried it with.
Igor
Maybe
says
with this.
Life Spirit Witch Doctor gets both pools of channel energy, and extra channel adds to both of them.
Oh wow. Wow. Wow.
If you want to play a healer and you want hexes, then I say this is good. Like, but
That's kind of
otherwise, like,
insane.
I mean, is it really? Like, what are you gonna use the negative energy one for?
Well, no, like
No, like
fairly consistently when I'm going through these Midnight Isles, I run out of channel positives quite a bit.
So Witch
Oh,
Doctor gets channel
Okay.
positive energy, and the Life Spirit gives you channel positive energy, and you
Yeah.
get extra channel for both.
So you every time you
Oh, I
get the extra
misunderstood
channel
what-
feat, you get
Oh,
4
okay.
instead of 2.
Yeah,
It's
All
hard.
right.
Like that's crazy.
Okay, then if you love channel energy and you want to play a healer, this seems like the way to go. But you could actually get channel energy up to be really, really powerful with the
Yeah.
Oh
feats
yeah,
and
like right now
items.
my channel positives heal for like 40 at times.
Yeah,
and-
you can get them up to like in the 80s or whatever. Like, and
That's
that's without me being a witch doctor. I've never
crazy.
done it with a witch doctor, but like with the right phylacteries and
Yeah.
the right mythic whatever that mythic ability is that adds to your channel
Yep.
energy.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
mythic channel.
Hell with this.
Yeah, it's
that's a lot of healing. So,
yeah.
nice.
And the counter curse I like as well. It's very versatile. You know, it can use dispel magic or remove curse. And that sacred bonus on caster level check, like what other ways do you get sacred bonus to caster level checks? Like
yeah.
And also the shaman's channel's energy is charisma based. Even though it's a wisdom based class. So keep that in mind as well.
Yeah.
And the Witch Doctor's channel is 1d6 weaker, but 2 channel pools is still 2 channel pools.
yeah. And that's 1d6. That's not like game breaking.
Yeah, no.
Especially once you get mythic channel energy, like that just adds so much.
All right. So if you want some hexes and
I was about to say, if you
heal the witch
if you want a
doctor
healer,
seems to be the way to go.
Yeah,
I really feel like Spirit Warden's the only one to throw away. Spirit Hunter's not great. Unsworn is kind of trickier to use, but like Wildland, Witch Doctor, Shadow Shaman, and Possess Shaman are all great. They're all great in their own ways.
Yeah, like I've been
can-
kind of surprised at how good a lot of these archetypes are on Shaman.
Fucking love Shaman. It's my favorite class in the game. I love it a lot.
All right. So now, real
I
quick.
just had a bad taste in my mouth because of how shit the party member was that was a shaman, so I just didn't want to use him because she's
Yeah,
so
well,
terrible.
literally
She's
She's
the
also
worst.
a spirit hunter, so
Yeah, she's like the second worst type of shaman. All right, so real quick, 2 minutes now. Let's rank the classes: cleric, druid, shaman, oracle.
Oof.
What order would you put those classes in?
Now, how are we ranking these? Just on our feelings,
Yeah.
or how useful, like they are overall?
Because like if we're ranking like if we were
Like
ranking
how many
healing
good
ability,
archetypes versus bad?
yeah, like if you're ranking healing ability, you throw druid at the bottom, for example. But there's just different uses. I would personally say that I think shaman and I think oracle and shaman have the most useful archetypes. They have like the most amount of useful archetypes compared to garbage ones, because they each only have 2 that we kind of didn't like.
Yeah. I mean, that's objectively true.
Cleric only had like
Didn't we say that most of the oracle archetypes were just worse than the base, except for Seeker?
Yeah, but they aren't like bad. There's only 2 in there that we thought were like really bad, which was like Lone Strider and
the Wind Whisperer.
And Possessed.
Possessed is just objectively, like, well, I wouldn't say objectively worse. It's like, unless you're having real trouble against mind affecting effects, which I don't see how.
But even with the bad archetypes, I think Oracle's more powerful than Cleric.
I have a bias for spontaneous casters over prepared casters, so I would say that I think that Oracle is better than Cleric simply because it's spontaneous versus prepared.
I am gonna drop Druid down to the last spot for only having like 2 good archetypes in my opinion that I would use.
Yeah,
I don't know,
I think Druid's in the last spot as well.
Yeah.
Primal Druid, Drovier, and Base Druid are all pretty decent. Like, pretty good. Drovier is like way better than I thought it was. Drovier is way better than I thought it was. Primal Druid is also very, very strong.
I don't think the base druid is very good.
No, it's not.
Like it's not that good, and none of the other ones were like any good at all.
I will disagree with you because I do like Primal Wild Shape quite a bit. Now that I've played a Wild Shape Druid in my party, I will say that I do enjoy. I would definitely argue with you guys, or not argue. I would definitely agree with you guys a lot more had this happened like 2 weeks ago, before I played my current run through. But I am having a lot of fun with the Druid in my party, who is just a base Druid.
I'm putting Shaman at the top because I think its combat and healing archetypes are both better than the combat and healing you could do as a cleric.
I'll probably go Shaman, Oracle, Druid, Cleric.
I would do that except switch Cleric and Druid.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably where the disagreement's going to be, is just Cleric and Druid. I would put Druid slightly better.
I would definitely do Shaman then Oracle at the top, 100%.
I would probably go Shaman, Cleric, then Oracle, then Druid.
That's fair.
I would go.
That's fair.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. So a little bit, everybody's choosing a different ranking. Only one of them is correct, and that's me. Everybody else is wrong.
But hey, you know what?
Their
prerogative. Pondor's people. It's definitely not his.
We all chose Shaman, and I feel good that you guys are on the Shaman train because it's such a good fucking class.
Yeah, like I literally knew nothing about the Shaman going into this. I was surprised at how good so many of these are.
I really wanted to put Cleric ahead of Shaman, but I was just thinking about how a Shaman, like at every kind of difficulty level. Like even on unfair, like I think shaman is more essential than cleric, just
I
because
can see
of
that.
the
Yeah.
being able to spam the. Still can't remember the name of the damn hex. It is pissing me off that I can't. But the one that
What's it do?
gives you advantage. It gives you advantage against the
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I can't.
which is just so overpowered on unfair. Like I think that's even more powerful than the domains that you get from the cleric, which is why I put the cleric number 2 is because of the domains. But at like each level, like the shaman is really, really
It's a
effective.
good time.
So yeah. All right. Shaman, cleric,
yeah.
oracle, druid. I will say if you want an offensive caster, like offensive casting firepower, like if that's your top priority, then I'd put oracle first.
I would do too. I would put oracle first too for that. I agree with you, Lore.
Yeah. For sure.
I would definitely say out of all of them, Wildland Shaman's the best martial archetype.
I agree. I mean, you get a pet and you get some freaking.
Well, Primal Druid.
Well,
I think Primal Druid.
Yeah, Primal Druid
yeah,
is
Primal
is
Druid
right
the
there
best.
with it.
Yeah, I
Primal
forgot.
Druid is
Yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah, those two are like the top. Like Crusaders sucks compared to those two, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure. All right.
Well, that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Pondor is gonna be late to work, so
not quite. It's just
yeah,
killing
no
how much. Like I'm just gonna have to rush a bit.